Hey everyone!
Hi, friends.
Welcome to episode 2 of Valley Talk with
Episode
me,
2.
Kato, and my lovely, lovely friend Kay. We are so excited to have you here. So many of you here already. Thank you
I
so
know.
much.
Welcome in, friends.
And we have a lot to talk about today.
Oh, so
We have
much.
there's a lot of stuff on our on the docket, as most of you
Quite
probably
a
already
bit.
know. So
Oh gosh. Yeah, we've got a long list of things I think that we're gonna dive into today. I know you guys are very excited and interested in what we have to say. So yeah, I think I'm excited. Let's just jump right in.
I think
Also, the banana. I don't know who came up with the banana, but it's great
Yeah.
and I love it.
It took two of us to realize something was happening. We spotted two bananas in the chat, and immediately we
Mm,
knew
mm, mm.
something was up. At first,
Yeah.
we thought it was glitching, but then, no.
Nope,
Okay,
it was real. It was a whole thing.
it's good. Y'all keep the banana energy in the chat. I love a good banana. Not gonna
Ew.
lie.
Don't start. I don't know how banana became my impersonator, my brand, but here we are. Here we are.
I mean, what better than a good banana? I will
Uh,
say, I mean, again, I don't know if this will ever end up on just audio only services, but for those of you changing your names, I do think that there's a little 30-day or 60-day window where you can't change your name back. So
oof, oof, there's that.
I hope y'all are prepared to be bananas for a while.
Oh my gosh.
So it's fun.
Clear. Love that. Love that
So
for you.
14 days. Okay.
Okay, that's not
Bananas
bad.
for 14 days.
Come on,
That's
say,
okay.
uh-oh.
All right. Well, we're not even gonna make y'all wait. We're
Yeah.
just gonna jump right into
The
the
meat of it.
spice, the
The
meat. What
spice.
what y'all are here for?
Yeah.
The premium shop. The
That's what we're here
lovely,
for.
lovely premium shop. Everyone has been talking about the premium shop.
The beloved premium shop.
And it's very interesting
Hmm.
that the biggest and in my opinion best update comes out. And then all of a sudden,
It falls
premium
apart.
shop, everything's falling apart.
Yeah.
Or it's just over. It's done.
It really did. It was like this update was absolutely amazing, and then slowly but surely, it just started going downhill from there,
It
real
did.
fast,
It
real
did.
fast. Uh, what are your thoughts of the premium shop?
Okay.
Should I you first or me first? Which one do you want?
Either way. I'm good either way.
Okay.
Um, my thoughts. We're gonna go, okay, here is I think what's gonna happen here. We're
Mhm,
gonna go over just some general thoughts,
mhm,
and then we're gonna bring in some facts because I think facts are important. And
mhm.
then we'll have some more thoughts, I think, after that. Because I think we
Yes.
have a lot of thoughts, and I'm hoping we can kind of get them all in a good
Out.
yeah. But
Organized
but
in
I
some
do
kind
I
of
do
way.
feel like we're gonna kind of jump all over the place. So I hope that y'all will, stick with us and
Mhm.
because we've talked a lot about this
Yeah.
back and forth. And I will just preface this by saying I know that everyone has a ton of opinions and everyone is entitled to their opinions, but I do
Mhm.
ask that everyone be respectful of everyone's opinion, no matter what that is, in the chat
Yes.
and with each other, because ultimately, at the end of the day,
Mhm,
Dreamlight Valley, I know for me, I know for Kay,
mhm.
is a positive experience. We want this to be a positive community, and this is a game that we love and that we
Yep.
want to love with all of y'all. So just keep that in mind as we're talking about this, as we're doing all of this. I know a lot of people get upset, but all of that being said,
Yeah. It's just keep it a positive space. You guys don't have to attack each other for having different opinions. We don't want to be rude. We want to keep it respectful and again, understanding all around. So just remember to respect each other and be nice and everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to work out.
it's gonna be great.
It's going to be great.
Yes. Okay. So the premium shop. Now,
Mhm.
I don't know about you, but this is my first experience with this style of game. A free to play game where they're implementing, well, I don't want to say my first because I did play Fall Guys, but this is the
Mhm.
first one that I've really gotten into and I've understood all of the different aspects of it. As far as, you know, the star path is kind of its own thing, and then you've got the premium shop as its own thing, and
Mhm.
you've got all these. I mean, it was always so overwhelming and confusing to me with all these other games because I was just like, what do all of these, there's like 5 different currencies that I'm trying to figure out what they mean, and all these different tabs and just everything. So every other
Mhm.
game, I never cared to learn it. I wasn't going to do it.
It's a lot.
This one, I finally understand. And now that I understand this one, I feel like now I have a grasp of what all of the other ones were trying to do that
To
I
do
just never
feel the
cared
same
to
way.
learn.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, that's what they were doing.
I had no
Um,
idea what the premium I didn't know what Moonstones or the premium shop was until, like, 4 months into the game. Like, I had no
right.
idea about the first star path or anything. Like, I had no understanding, so I get that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And obviously, I feel like a lot of you here have seen my experience with the premium shop, which has been a little bit different than Kay's experience with the premium shop because I am not proud of this by any means, but I am a sucker for the premium shop, okay?
It is true.
I just love those items. I love the stuff. I think it's so fun and I
Exciting.
have no willpower. I love the premium shop and
Mhm.
look, when people jokingly bully me in chat, um any tiny little tiny thing to send me into purchasing
Yep.
immediate
Oh, yeah.
immediate
Immediately. There's good stuff in there, though.
there's good stuff. Whereas you, I feel like, have a little bit more willpower than I
I
do.
do. Yeah, I do.
You do.
I think for me, I only traditionally, I've only first of all, when I started playing, I was broke. So I was like, I have a job. I was like, listen, I can't afford anything out of the premium shop right now, so I'm not buying anything. But then also as time went on, I'm like, okay, I'll buy the things that I really, really want. And so that's kind of how it's been progressing. And then through donations and stuff, and people are like, get the new items, play with them. And I'm like, okay, great. Well, fine.
Mm-hmm.
If you donate, then
Right.
I'll buy it as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Um,
So
I think I know everyone's going to say that's not true. I think I had a little bit more FOMO at the beginning of the premium shop because we weren't really certain how it was going to work. We didn't know how
if items were
if
gonna
they were
come
going to
back
come back, you know,
around.
they weren't really clear about anything, and so I was
Yep.
like, I feel like I have to buy everything because what if I never see it again?
Right.
But now that I know they come back, I don't have as much FOMO. However, somehow I still keep ending up with all the premium shop items in
I
my.
mean, it's they're cool. I mean, they're cool items. Let's be honest. They do a for the most part. If we're being honest about the premium shop, one thing that we can't really deny, and just in Disney Dreamlight Valley in general, is like they bring quality items. There are
They
some
do.
items that are a little shaky, but overall, a lot of the stuff that comes to the premium shop is really nice. It adds value to the game in some type of way, depending on how you play your game, whether it's decorating, whether it's, how you dress your character, or even how your other Valley members look at this point now. It adds some type of value and aesthetic to your game. And for aesthetic players like us, that's like, bread and butter.
That's
Like
number
that's
one.
important. Yeah,
Right.
it's really important.
Right.
So, I mean, they don't skimp there. And so it makes it very difficult, I think, for people to not want to buy the items. So,
Agreed. Yeah, I
that's
think there
good
have only
marketing.
been. I mean, I can only. I feel like the cherry blossom stuff this most recent time was a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, the tree.
But that's the only thing that I was really like, they should have done a little more with this.
Yeah.
Everything else, I get it, and I'm like, wow. Like
Yeah.
even the silly stuff. Like I got that silly beard and
It's so cute
mustache. I'm
though.
like, oh, okay. You know, that's cute
It's
if
so
that's what you're
it's
into.
it's so cute though. But
Yeah. Okay.
unfortunately,
Okay. The prices. The
The prices.
prices of the premium shop. Let's talk about them. I'm going to switch over. So I feel like before we get into pricing the premium shop, because we can
Mm-hmm.
break it all down, we can
Yep.
go into everything. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
we need to back it up a little bit
Yeah.
because I think a lot of frustration with this is coming from the point of the fact that this is an early access game
Mm-hmm.
that is already monetizing further what they have,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
However,
Mm-hmm.
I would just like to point out that while you may have purchased the game, yes, to play the game in early access, you did have to spend money to play. However, you are purchasing the ability to play early, and you're purchasing moonstones, the in-game currency, which is tied to whatever edition of the game that you get.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So the standard edition, for example, you get the early access. You get to play it before it comes free to play.
Mm-hmm.
You get the items that are in this standard edition set, and then you get 8,000 moonstones
Mm-hmm.
for the $30.
Yep.
Okay? Then we have the deluxe edition, which is $50. You get the ability to play early, you get all these other items, and
Mm-hmm.
then you get 14,500 moonstones.
Mm-hmm.
No matter which edition of the game you get, it comes with moonstones.
Moonstones.
Right. So I feel like the deluxe edition is probably the best example for this point
Yep.
because the deluxe edition costs $50. It is 14,500 moonstones that you get from purchasing the deluxe edition, which is
Yeah.
equivalent to the pack of $50 for 14,500 moonstones, which is in the shop right now.
Yep.
So you're paying for the moonstones. Like that's what the money is going towards.
Yep.
And then the ability to play it early, right?
Yep.
That's how I view it anyway. I don't
Yep.
know. I think other people might view it differently, but it is
I
actually equally equivalent, the exact amount of moonstones per dollar that's in the shop right now.
Yeah. And I honestly, I didn't even realize that until you brought it to my attention, but that's exactly what they're doing. Again, you make a good point. It's you're paying to get the early access to the game, but ultimately you've paid for the moonstones that you're going to use in the game. So, and the prices line up. So, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, that makes perfect sense to me. I think it's fair for the most part,
Right.
an equal
Yeah.
trade.
Yeah. So ultimately, when the game goes free to play, any player who picks up at that point is going to get the game, but they're not going to get any moonstones
Mm,
on top of that. This
mhm.
is like the bonus that you get for paying to play early.
Play early, yeah.
You're getting the moonstones and these items and blah, 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 whatever else, you're
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
to
And let's not
play it
forget
early
too,
and
items exclusive items came with different games the different versions of the game that you bought. So like if
right,
you bought the ultimate edition, you got, let's be honest, really nice stuff. Really
right,
nice stuff.
right.
Like quality items. So that is included too. I think there was even some stuff in the standard edition too. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure I got like the crocodile, the candy crocodile or
Oh,
whatever
yeah.
it is with the standard. But
Right.
yeah, it comes with cool items too. So I'm not mad about the pricing, and I think it does line up I think it makes sense, even though maybe they haven't said it, but it does seem that you've paid for the moonstones that you're going to use in the game.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm seeing a lot of people kind of disagreeing in the chat and saying things like it'll never be free if moonstones are part of it. And we're going to get into that because this is, I hate to say it, this is just the way that free to play games are monetized. This is
Hmm.
just the industry standard, how it's done for games like this. And as I said earlier, this is my first experience with a free-to-play game.
Mhm.
And it's been obviously eye-opening to all of these different things, because I've played games for so long. I can't believe this is the first time I've played one of these, but
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to go into Fortnite, we're going to go into Fall Guys. I'm going to give you all examples of all of that stuff.
The
There
Sims
are
4.
so many others. You know, I thought about talking about The Sims, but that one's only recently free to play.
Yeah, just where you said free to play.
Um,
Yep, that's true.
there's other things like CS:GO and
All the mobile games.
Roblox
Mhm.
and Dead by Daylight and tons and tons and tons of stuff.
Mhm.
You're paying for stuff like this, right?
Right. Mhm.
So, so like I said, there's a lot to talk about when it goes into this, and we're gonna go all over the place with it.
I just want to say something though that I think everybody can agree on. So before we jump into everything that we're about to tell you guys and share with you guys about our personal opinions, the facts and everything, one thing that we can all agree on standard across the board is that the prices are it's overpriced.
Yeah,
Like that's the truth. There is no debating that. So no matter what we say past this point, we are not disagreeing with the fact that the prices need to come down. They seem like, to me, they're all over the place. 1 minute something's 4,000 moonstones, and then a skin is 4,000 moonstones, but also tool skins are 4,000 moonstones. Or,
right.
a quest is 4,000 moonstones, but that's what it costs to unlock the star path. Like these things, this is not going unnoticed by us. So I just want to make sure that we make that very, very clear that we are standing with everyone and united in the fact that we would like to see the prices change. And ultimately, we think that they need to be reduced in some way or changed in some way,
Right. And I
which we'll
think,
go into later.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll definitely discuss like what we think would be ways to improve upon this model because, and I'm sure we'll talk about this too, I don't think the model is going to change. This is how free to play games are. But I do think there are ways to improve upon it. I also, on the flip side, I think it could get a lot worse.
Yeah.
So there's
It's really a gamble. We really don't
it's
know what direction they're going to take, but it could definitely go either way.
it's a lot. So
Mhm.
I feel like here, we're gonna talk some more numbers here, which I know is
Mhm.
everybody's favorite. Um, this is I have on the screen right now V-Bucks. This is Fortnite's in-game currency. And you can see 1,000 V-Bucks is $8, 2,800 is $20, 5,000 is $32, 13,500 is $80. Okay, and so that's all just a bunch of that's just that's the baseline price for their game currency,
Yeah.
right?
And game
So
currency.
I tried to find different examples of how they had things that you were buying. So this one specifically isn't part of their V-Bucks. This is just something that you pay separately $16
Mhm.
for this pack of items, which it looks like it's 3 skins and then kind of 3 little extra things. I don't
Backpack
play
or
much. I've played Fortnite like one time,
Mhm.
but that is a banana. Yes.
It's a huge banana.
That
It's
is
making me very uncomfortable to
is
look at. I'll have every
a banana skin. Yes.
Yes.
Which I would pay $16 for that banana right there.
I know you would. I'm sure you would pay $16 for that banana.
So this specific pack costs $16, and I would just be curious in the chat. I think it's a little bit hard to say because unless you're someone who plays Fortnite,
Mhm.
it's hard to say like would something like this be worth it to you for $16?
Mhm.
3 skins and these 3 extra items. I've got
Like, is this
another
affordable? Would somebody consider this pack
right.
of objects and skins affordable?
Right. I also have the Battle Pass in Fortnite, which costs 950 V-Bucks, I guess,
Mhm.
which is actually more expensive. It ends up being almost $8 to gain access to their Battle Pass,
Mhm.
as opposed to Dreamlight Valley. If you get the premium, if you get the most expensive Star Path,
Mhm.
after you do everything, I think it only ends up costing you. I totally went over this earlier and now I'm forgetting. I think it's 500 moonstones. I had
Which
it
one?
listed. If you pay the $3,300 premium thing and then you do every single part of the Star Path, you get
Yeah,
all the way to the end and you click through and you reclaim all of your
all your
moonstones,
moonstones. Yeah,
then it is, where did I have it?
they're saying
400,
400 in the
400
chat. Yeah.
moonstones.
Mhm.
So that is substantially cheaper. I mean, we can get 1,200 moonstones for $5.
Mhm. Mhm.
Now, obviously, you have to pay more up front. You have to kind of go in to come out on the right side of it.
Right.
But that's a substantially cheaper battle pass, which is the same concept as the Star Path in Dreamlight
Mhm.
Valley.
Mhm.
And I think, in my opinion, for me, the Star Path is by far the best value. If I could pick anything, I would do the Star Path every time over getting stuff in the premium shop.
Agreed.
But
Same.
I thought it was interesting when I was
I think
doing this research. It was interesting to see kind of the prices of the other battle passes and things like
yeah.
that.
And I think it puts it into perspective. Again, I think one thing, and I have to say it just because it's true, is that this is not unusual. So I don't know how we got to this point, but like I don't know if it's because Dreamlight Valley is considered a cozy game and we don't really see this very often in like the cozy gaming space where there's like microtransactions in games or whatever the case may be. But the reality is like this is not unusual for this type of game. For
It's not
and
unusual to be loved anyone.
so it's like this was their plan all along. It's not like we didn't know this was coming. I know that some of the argument is that, well, this is an early access game, we shouldn't have to pay for stuff in early access, which I get, but also I think that they want to understand and know our feedback on something that's going to be a big part of the game as we move forward. So it's probably why they introduced it now, and they gave us the moonstones when we purchased to use when
Test
this feature
everything
came
out.
out, to test everything out.
Right.
So I think that that's part of it. And although it's frustrating, although we don't agree with the prices, I don't think that it's a bad setup.
Right.
And I just have to be 100% honest and say that I don't think it's a bad setup. And to be honest, compared to other games, especially after we really started to look into it to see, compared to other games, like it's really not that bad. It's not great, but it's not that bad. Again, there are
Right.
things, and I say that again to preference that we don't agree with the prices where they're set right now, but it's not like end of the world bad. It's not I'm going to quit playing this game bad. And for me it's not I'm going to stop buying things from the premium shop altogether bad.
Agree. Yep. I do have a couple things for Fall Guys as well. So Fall Guys actually has the exact same cost per show bucks is what they call their in-game currency, and
Show
it's
bucks.
literally the exact same. 1,000 for $8 all the way up to the 13,500 for $80. And I almost feel like Fall Guys is a little more in line with Dreamlight Valley as far as like the game style, because it's not a shooter. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
kind
don't
of.
know.
Yeah. It's a little bit
So
more cozy, I think.
so like this little excellent bundle costs 1,000 on sale, which I think it would be interesting to see Dreamlight Valley implement a sale in the premium shop and see what
Mhm.
happens.
Mhm.
Um, this bundle of this little skin that you get with the egg head, and I think sometimes you get like a little victory dance, and you get um, a little thing to change your banner name, and then you
Yep.
get little words.
Oh yeah,
To
my husband's obsessed with it.
is
They always try
eight
to get
dollars.
Yeah, he's like I'm not paying for it, but I want the skin.
Right, right. So this costs $8 for this one bundle,
Mhm.
which I don't know. Does anyone feel like that's worth it? I also have, all of these other examples. Like this is $1,200 for these two
Mhm.
little characters, or if you buy them individually, they're 800. So about what, like $6 per character or per skin, I guess,
I think
is
I just thought about something too. Because like you said, is it worth it? Do we think that that's worth it? Is it possible that, especially why there's so much of a divide right now in the community on this situation, is because it depends on how you play the game.
Mm-hmm.
And it depends, like there's so many different ways that we can play Dreamlight Valley. You could be a decorator who doesn't really care too much about the questing, but just wants to decorate with everything. Or you could be a quester and the most important things to you are your villagers and doing the quests and all that kind of stuff. So it's like there are different items that come in the premium shop and in the star path that are going to hold different weight and value to other people. Like I just saw somebody in the chat say, you know, I don't care about motifs, but to somebody who's decorating or using the new furniture tool, the new design tool, will find those things valuable because it allows them to be more creative with other aspects in the game. So this is like it's a very touchy topic because everybody plays so differently and everything you find valuable is going to be valued differently by other people.
Right.
So I think it's just something that needs to be taken into consideration, you know, because again, it's like I might look at it and say, oh, $8 for that is a great deal. And somebody else might be like, I don't care about an egg splat on my head
Right.
outfit at all. It's not worth the $8. So I don't know. It's tough.
Right. Leanna, thank you for the super chat. Leanna says the game is set up for people to buy what they want. We don't have to buy all the things, which really is like real life. In the words of one of my favorite songs, if it makes you happy, it can't be that bad. So that's just one viewpoint on it. I know a lot of people don't feel that way, which is totally fine. Again, like we said, everyone's entitled to feel however they want to feel. But like I said at the beginning, we just kind of wanted to bring some facts here about like the industry and like what other games are doing. One thing I do think is important to point out, and I feel like this, so let's kind of go into why this is a problem for Dreamlight Valley specifically, because while I think that other people are probably complaining about the prices of these other games, because who wants to pay $8 to look like an egg? Well, no one wants to pay that, right? Dreamlight Valley is not multiplayer yet, number one, which I think contributes. And I think this could put into perspective why it might feel a little bit different as a content creator versus just a general player for the premium shop and these things. As a content creator, I am able to show off my valley on a pretty consistent basis, right? The average player, unless they're taking pictures and sharing it in Discord or sharing it on Twitter, isn't really doing that. So it's like you're kind of just like buying those items for you. Like, oh, let me walk around my valley and look at my items.
There's nothing to really show it off for.
That's not as exciting, right? Like, but when I
Right.
get to walk around my valley, I get to show everyone who's watching, like, ooh, look at this cool thing. Like, and we get to experience it together and it's so fun. So like, I do think when multiplayer comes, if people are able to come over, I think the value changes to the player, not necessarily like monetarily would it all of a sudden be worth it, but I do think that would inherently make it mean more and you might have like a better connection to it.
Yeah.
I also think as I've been like thinking about all of this, the other thing that really comes to mind is I could not find a kind of like one-to-one comparison to Dreamlight Valley with any other game. I thought about The Sims, not quite the same to me. I thought about like mobile games like Pocket Camp or, we even talked about Roblox and all this stuff. There's just nothing quite like Dreamlight Valley where it's so design heavy, or at least we've made it so because that's kind of what we do is design. And I think the fact that they've made it so difficult and so grindy to get anything to decorate with in your valley. You have to grind to get materials. You have to grind to get paths. You have to hope that Scrooge is going to bless you. You have to grind.
And hope is all you got.
You have to grind to get everything in the game, which I don't think is the worst thing ever, but I think something's gotta give Because right now we're grinding, we're grinding, we're grinding. We can't get stuff from Scrooge. I haven't seen a furniture pouch in 3 weeks. I
Mm-hmm.
can't, I'm having to reset my Scrooge store to get anything decent.
Right.
And so it's kind of like those premium shop items come up, and I'm like, oh,
Something good. Yeah.
yay, finally, I
Right.
get a
Mm-hmm.
good item. This is the way. And
I
so
could
I
totally see
almost
that.
feel like that's contributing because, players who maybe aren't able to grind as much to get stuff, they aren't having any luck with Scrooge or whatever, they see these items and it's like, oh man, I really wish I could get that, but it's just so expensive.
Expensive. Right. Right.
Um, I don't know. Though those are the two things that I feel like really stick out to me and why this is such a big issue with this game specifically.
Yeah.
Um,
I think it's like because we've talked about this. We spent a long time like talking about it, going over different angles and everything. And another thing to consider about the game too is that there are still glitches a lot of people are experiencing, especially on other consoles and platforms. Like the game doesn't necessarily run perfectly. So in addition to the grindiness of the game and then people's games freezing and not getting increased storage limits, not storage, but item limits in their games and everything else that you take into consideration. I mean, even some of the glitchiness from the previous update 4 that moved into update 5 weren't fixed at that time. So it's like
right,
there are issues that we experience in the game as well. So I feel like there's like this buildup effect that's been happening over time where it's like because the premium shop has been out for how long now? Months?
oh yeah, a long time.
Yeah, it's been out for almost the entirety of the game. I think it like came
Tons of
out.
refreshes, yeah.
Yeah. And so we've had the premium shop. The prices have always been kind of like, okay, don't really agree with those, but it just recently got to a place where it's like this buildup happened and everybody's just like, I'm fed up. So I think that there's also other factors that are playing into the reason why everybody's so fed up with like the premium shop in general. Again, not taking away from the prices, but just in general, I think there are a lot of things that are at play here. And we've talked about it. I'm very curious to know how everybody would feel if the question was, would you prefer for them to lower the prices in the premium shop or fix the game and make it run perfectly, play perfectly?
Right.
If you could only choose one, which one would you choose? For me personally, I would choose the game to run smoothly because
Agree.
at the end of the day, technically, I can live without the stuff in the premium shop. It's not like something, even the quest,
Hmm.
fix the game.
Yeah.
Fix the game, make sure that it's running perfectly and smoothly. In my opinion, for me, the premium shop is kind of an afterthought.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
So,
Well, and I think we also discussed too, on top of that, um, we don't know, and it's so hard to say because obviously, as a consumer, I feel like the prices are high for what we're getting.
mhm,
But we don't know the behind the scenes. Like I know everyone is gonna say in the chat, so bear with me. They're gonna say that Gameloft has all this money and all this stuff. We don't know their costs, their overhead, how many people they're paying, what it costs to do this, what it costs to do that. Um, I had someone mention to me that they got a comment on one of their videos from literally someone who created one of the characters in the game and was just like, I'm so excited to see you excited about, playing using my character that I created.
mhm.
And so I think we kind of like forget that these are real people making
So
the
important to
game
remember
and
that.
that like
Mhm.
we don't know all of the ins and outs and like how much it must cost to get the license from Disney to do this. Like
Mhm.
Disney charges a ton.
Mhm.
There were, that credit scene someone said in the chat, the credits,
So many
there
people on
were,
the
I
credit
mean, it
screen.
went on for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, everybody in my chat was like, skip
Skip
it because
it.
if you sit here, it's going to take like 15 minutes to roll through. I was like, 15 minutes? Are we serious? Like, there was so many people on the credit list.
Right.
But imagine the game, it's a great game. You have to imagine that they have a ton of people working on it to be the way that it is.
Right. Yeah. So I'm just saying, like, what if, and I don't feel like this is the case, but what if this was like the bare minimum that they feel like they can charge for this to remain profitable? Because we don't know that. We don't know
Mhm.
what they, I feel like maybe if that's the case, if they feel like they can't lower the prices, there needs to be some kind of different solution. And we've talked about this. I feel like I've talked this into the ground,
Mm-hmm.
but having another way to get moonstones and reward the players who are
Oh,
playing for
absolutely.
extended periods of time
Mm-hmm.
um, might help kind of take some of that away.
I think so. I think there's a lot that they could do. That
Or
be
go ahead.
no, I just for me, I think that there are so many ways that we can. And Mr. Star and Sky's video earlier was great. If anybody hasn't seen it, I would definitely recommend to go watch it. But there are just so many different ways that they could go about us paying for these microtransactions. Again, I mentioned on my stream that they could do a monthly situation where you pay a certain amount every single month and you get everything that comes to the premium shop for the month. And then maybe you get access to the star path as well or something. And they just package it or they start bundling some of these deals for a lower
Mm-hmm.
cost. You can get things bundled up and for a lower cost. But the way it's set up right now, I don't think is sustainable for a lot of people because of the price points. But I think there's even we have said multiple times, them putting 50 moonstones in these chests is unacceptable.
It should be
It's
illegal.
unacceptable. It should be
That's
illegal. 50
jeez.
50 moonstones is
Criminal.
not going to get us anywhere. We can't do anything with 50 moonstones, not even
I
if it's
know.
50 moonstones a day. We need to be in the hundreds.
Right.
And I really think that they should consider, if they are looking for feedback, and that's the whole point of this is for feedback. I'm hoping that they're listening to us. They haven't responded, which is a problem in and of itself. But like, if you're looking for feedback, reward us for playing the game. Just like you said, Kato. Like, I think that is like a perfect solution. You want more people to play the game. That doesn't hurt you. Why are we not saying, okay, the longer that you're in the game, you get a moonstone chest every hour, like you mentioned, or something like that, something that stacks. I would even be okay with I don't know how everybody else would feel about this, but something like how they have an Animal Crossing when you log on to the what's it called? You know the name of it. The little machine and you collect your Nook miles for the day or whatever, and it like
Oh
every
yeah.
day,
Mm-hmm.
something that collects every single day. Every day that I
Right.
log on, I double on the amount of moonstones that I get. Like something like that could be great. Yeah, like the Nook stop. Um so yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of solutions to it. I feel like there are a lot of different ways that we can make this easier and better for our community. And I'm just hoping that they can hear the feedback. And I think instead of being frustrated and us, either being disrespectful or overwhelming or whatever, I think that we should be trying to convince them and offering them solutions to where we're at right now.
I agree.
Because I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. They haven't responded. Something's going
Right.
on why they're not responding.
Well, I think a lot of the tension, the frustration might be lowered if they would just say, "Hey, we hear you and we're working on it." Or, "Hey, we hear you and we don't care." You know, no
I was
matter
gonna
what.
say,
Like if they would just acknowledge, but do I really need an acknowledgement because I know they hear.
yeah.
I know
Oh,
they're
they know.
reading. They know.
Yeah, they've seen it. I mean, they were, and it's weird because I think everybody else has noticed this too, especially if you're on Twitter. They were very interactive, responding to people's pictures and commenting on other people's posts. Like when they were added, they would respond to questions. It's been like crickets on Twitter alone. I don't know about anywhere else, but like it's been so quiet over there. So I don't know if they've lost people. Maybe they don't have a social media team right now or what's going on, but like they're actively at this point ignoring the concerns of the community, which I have to admit for myself personally isn't a frustration for me.
Right.
Again, I can deal with everything else, but when the community as a unit has questions, provide an answer, regardless of whether it's even if it's just we've heard you, we just can't answer you yet. Like
Yeah.
that's enough to satisfy us and know, okay, well, at least they've heard what we are saying. The fact that they are just completely ignoring us right now is like, I think the frustrating part for most of the community.
Agree. I almost wonder if there's something else going on. I don't remember who I was talking to, but they mentioned that maybe they don't even have a say so in the prices of these things.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's controlled by Disney at some level, and
Mm-hmm.
like going through that and dealing with all of that back and forth might take longer than just, if this was just,
Oh yeah,
some
we have.
random IP that no one cared about. This is
Yeah,
Disney, so
yeah.
I think there has to be a lot of negotiating and this and that. So
They
who
can't just pop out
knows?
and answer the question. And
Hmm.
again, these are real people who have that, like, it's their job, and so they see the backlash. And I'm sure the only reason why they haven't been responded is because they are told they can't
Right.
respond at the moment. So it is something to be mindful of. But I'm hoping that over time, eventually, I never thought that we'd hear back soon. I never thought
Yeah.
like they were just going to pop out with an answer. And the reality is that the answer that they give us, unless they say, we're going to make everything free or we're cutting the prices in half, is not going to satisfy majority of the community. And they know that. They know that they're in a lose-lose situation in this conversation. They're not going to be able to please everybody. So on their end, it's probably very difficult to release a statement because they know every avenue that they think about, they don't know, they know they're going to get backlash.
Agree.
What are they going to say? They're going to come out with a statement and say, hey, yeah, we heard you guys' request, and we totally get why you feel that way, but the prices are staying the same. Like, can you imagine?
Right. I mean, hmm, I think there has to be some kind of result. I mean, there doesn't have to be actually. They could say that. They could just
That
say we're
what's
not
the
changing anything.
Mhm.
Um,
And what do
I
you do? And what
that's
do
okay. That is my ultimate question with like, because to me, okay, let's talk about how I feel about it. My stance. I am not someone who's going to stop playing the game right now. I love this
Mhm.
game. Uh, I enjoy it. I want my community to love this game. So for me personally, the premium shop is not enough for me to stop playing.
Yeah.
And I know myself and I know that I will not buy stuff. Like when that beach house hits, better believe that beach
Ooh.
house is going to be on my beach. And I'm going to have to just deal with the fact that I'm spending 3,750 moonstones to buy it. And I
Now,
and
have
I
you
hate that for me. And I'm ashamed. Okay? But I know
Yeah.
me. And I just love this game and I love talking to people about it. And we did get a super chat from Michelle Mom who said, it's gotten to where I don't like being in streams because it's all complaining. Dreamlight Valley is my happy place and all the complaining is messing that up. And I can kind of see that. Like I see
Mhm.
how, the negativity behind this is kind
Yeah.
of like fun sucking.
Mhm.
It's like, just like just constant about the premium shop and I know
Mhm.
everyone's frustrated, but I almost feel like we just gotta kind of find a way to push past it, and that doesn't mean to like
Forget
stop
about,
talking
yeah.
about it and forget about it completely, but also like there are so many good things in this game and there's so many
So many
great
good
things that
things.
came with
Yeah.
update 5 that we could talk about that are
Mhm.
amazing.
Mhm.
And at the end of the day, there is nothing in the premium shop that you have to buy.
Yeah.
You can play the game 100% without getting anything in the premium shop.
Well, okay, yeah, and I think that's a good point. For me, I will say this, for because I know a lot of our communities are here, so I'll speak from the point of a creator. It's been a very difficult week for creators, I think, in general, trying to understand where you want to stand and what your viewpoint of this whole situation is going to be. My viewpoint is the prices are too high, but just like you said, Kato, as a creator, I'm going to continue playing this game because I love the game and I think there are more positives in this game than there are negatives. That's genuinely how I feel. And I think that's genuinely how I will continue to feel until things go completely south, which I really hope that they don't. But there are just so many things to love about the game. The premium shop to me is such a small part of the game. And one thing I want to tell you guys, like as a community, something you need to hold on to, because I've seen this in the Sims community, like so much. And that's if you guys don't know, that's where I came from. I came from The Sims 4. That's what I used to play all the time. And the negativity in the space around things, and it's not, and just to be clear, it's not to say you can't have opinions and you shouldn't speak up on something that's wrong, and you shouldn't speak out about something you find valuable or important to you. But when you have overwhelming negativity around a game, especially when the negativity starts to drown out things that are positive about it, it can completely dissuade groups of people from enjoying something that they love. And you're
Mhm.
starting to see that just from my personal opinion, you're starting to see that with this game. There are people in my Discord and in my community who are saying, I can't enjoy the game because one, I'm playing it and I feel guilty for playing it or buying something from the premium shop right now because I feel like I'm contributing to the problem. Or two, I can't enjoy a live stream because everybody's talking about this negative aspect, which again, it's okay to talk about, but it's starting to really affect how we can enjoy this game. And like, I almost want to help to try to draw people back into reality. I hope that's not like a mean thing to say. And I'm not saying that in a bad way to anybody, but like, let's not let this one aspect about the game that we don't agree with ruin it,
Right.
not only for ourselves, but for
100%.
everybody. And we're going to talk about, like, we want to talk about this first
We want to get out of the
because
way because
we
we,
want to get it out of the way
yeah, like,
because there's going to be so many more cool things to talk about. But one thing that nobody in this chat, I think, can deny is regardless of the premium shop and the prices, the team drops amazing updates. They have
mhm.
not skimped us on an update. That from the moment that this game has dropped, every update has been good,
Yeah.
even great.
Better
This
than the
last
last. It's
Better
just
than the last,
constant. Yeah.
continually getting better. The content is amazing. The rewards is absolutely amazing. The storyline, the quest, everything about it is fun to play. Everything about it keeps you intrigued. Everything about it makes you want another update. And so I could totally understand if it's like the premium shop prices are high and that's this issue, but and the updates are starting to get worse. They're not paying attention to the updates. They have not skimped us at all. If you come into this game and don't spend a dime, you could play for hours and hours and hours on end. I feel like that is something everybody should be talking about. You know what I
Agree.
mean? Like that's
Mhm.
something that we can't bypass. You could decorate in this game for days. You can play quests that take days and days and hours and hours and hours. And so it's like there are so many positives and there's so many things that you can do without the premium shop. I think it's like, yes, there's a fear of missing out, but also it's like the premium shop are just cosmetic items.
Right.
You don't need it to enjoy this game. You don't. You
You don't.
want it. You
Mhm.
want it. Of course, everybody wants it. It's a part of capitalism. It's a part of marketing. It's a part of them making money, but we don't need it to enjoy the game. And I think that's a very important thing to remember. I think everybody should just keep that in mind. Like, let's not overwhelm the fact that this is an excellent game. And I'm not trying to persuade anybody. If you choose not to play the game, you choose not to purchase, I respect that totally and completely. But for me
Right.
personally, I will definitely continue to play because I love the game and I think there's a lot more that we can do and have fun with.
Mhm. Agree 100%. And I feel
But
like if we want to be completely transparent, as all of this has been happening over the last couple days, it's almost been like, as a creator, worrisome because something that I love so much and I feel like has almost like boosted my community aspect. Like things are so happy and fun. Like when we're playing Dreamlight Valley, it's the best.
it's the best.
Um, has been just like this rain cloud over it, and I was just for the last 2 days or so, I've just been like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to continue this. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna have to pick a different game. Like if
Mm-hmm.
everyone just decides like, oh, we're boycotting it, we're done, we're quitting, then what?
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay.
It's
So
tough
it's been a hard position to be in as a creator because it's just kind of like, what do
as
you
a cre-
do?
yeah. And how do you feel about, because I'm struggling with this too, the premium shop in general and purchasing from the premium shop. Like now I have this like, ugh, like if I ever go to like purchase something at the premium shop now, I'm just like, oh God, should I be doing this? Like it's like, how do you feel about it as a creator?
I guess I've always just done it. So it's just kind of like everyone just like, oh, there's Kato
There's
buying
Kato.
from the premium shop again. So, I mean, if anything, I feel like it's worth showing what the items are and people can decide, seeing them. And I
Mhm.
will say we haven't talked about the elephant in the room of the Wally Quest, and I feel like that's another thing
Yeah.
that kind of sent all of this over the edge. And I promise y'all we're going to get into the positives here in a second. We just wanted to get through all of this first.
Yeah.
Um the Wally Quest. Okay, I know a lot of people are upset about the Wally Quest. How much it was so overpriced. Um
Extremely, extremely.
4,000 moonstones for this Wally Quest. I did get the Wally Quest and I did a whole playthrough of the Wally Quest on my channel. If anyone hasn't seen it, wants to see it, you don't plan on buying it, it
Definitely
is
go
there.
watch.
You could go watch it. And you can see how not worth it was to me. It might be worth it to some people. Um, it was, to not spoil anything really, in case you haven't played it and you do want to play it. It was a bunch of fetch quests that led to items at the end,
Yep.
right? So you're saying it's a quest and you're making it feel like it's this big experience, but
Not that great.
you're just buying more items.
That's it.
Let's be honest.
That's it.
If it had been, and I again don't want to spoil anything, if it had been a quest line similar to the Update 5 quest line, I can see how people would be even more upset, but then it might
Mhm.
have been actually worth it because like that quest line was so great.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It
Yeah.
was just this
And you
it
know
just
what?
wasn't.
If I'm being honest, if they continue to do this exact same model with other characters, I will be 100% totally fine never purchasing another one of those again.
Right.
It's one, overpriced extremely, not worth it. And I'm saying this in a good way. This is actually a positive because for some of you that are worried, because I was too, I was like outraged by the fact, oh, they put a quest behind a paywall. Like, oh, this is a microtransaction on a quest. What is this about? Like, I was shocked, but I played through it and I'm like, oh yeah, this is just something they threw together, slapped a price point on it for you to get new items. And if it stays that way, great, because I won't purchase another one and it's not actually affecting my gameplay. Where the problem
Agree.
is going to come in is if they put microtransactions on things that affect the actual main storyline or the primary parts of the game. I'm totally fine with them doing that. Make it 10,000 moonstones. Make it 1,000.
Right.
I wouldn't even pay 1,000 moonstones for that.
Yeah.
It was
Well,
it was kind of boring if I'm being honest. Like there
it,
was nothing really happening. It's super cute. Don't get me wrong. Love the items, but
yeah.
boring.
But it was just the same thing over and over, if
Yeah.
we're being honest.
Hmm.
And I totally agree. And I think I mentioned earlier, while we all are hoping that this will get better, that it'll improve in some way, I just promise it can get so much worse. And so
Mm,
I just worry that like everyone is already so negative about how it is.
hmm.
Imagine if they start monetizing characters.
Yeah.
Imagine if they're like, oh, premium shop, Cinderella,
Yeah.
buy her. Belle,
Yeah.
you want Belle? Oh, she's gonna be 10,000
That'll
moonstones.
be 40,000.
Yeah.
And that's where we're going to run in. That's where we run into major issues.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the thing is I know they mentioned that that is probably coming to the game. I don't know in what capacity, but like that's going to be like the real question to me is like, what do they consider base game? Where does base game end? And
Yeah.
is it after chapter 1, which is what we all just went through?
I can't imagine that the beta would be 100% of the base game.
I would hope not.
That would be, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be rough.
Let me address some super chats here really quick. Thank you all so much. Robin, thank you for the super chat. Says lower prices is all we're asking. Not that bad. Kim said we also have to keep in mind Gameloft is paying to use Disney trademarked characters, which isn't cheap. Billy said, per my husband, in an industry that deals with Disney constantly, Disney is the highest cost license in the world, literally.
Mm.
Ross said, it's a little weird to complain, but then we enable you because we want to see it. And Little Banana says, the Wally Quest is also super glitchy.
Thank you guys so much for the
thank
super
y'all
chats.
so
You all are
much.
amazing.
Sorry it takes us a little bit to get back and forth to them. But
Mhm.
yeah, so I don't know. Can we wrap this all up in a nice little premium shop package? We
Yes.
agree that the prices are too high. I don't think that lowering the prices is going to be the route they go, if I'm being perfectly honest. But
Unfortunately.
I do think either my most realistic things I could see them doing is increasing the amount of moonstones we can get daily or changing that uh, process as a
Mhm.
whole.
Mhm.
Or I could see them bundling more items together. Like, honestly, if I was going to complain about anything, the fact that they're separating these companions up into two separate bundles
Mhm.
is that's greedy to me. That's where it gets a little bit okay, that's too much. The fact that
Yeah.
they separated that kitchen set,
Oh yeah.
you should have put that together, besties.
Yeah. Why do we do that?
Why did you choose to do it
Why?
that way? And then
Well, we should have had.
that one piece is a different color and they had to like change it later.
Yeah.
Um
Again, I think bundling could be a really good option. Start
mhm.
putting more items in at the price that it's at. Like two sets of tool skins, or if we're going to the houses, I'm like, okay, fine. I'll pay that price for
I
a house
know.
skin.
The houses are
It's a
good.
it's a whole house, and now you get to have its own interior. It's not connected to other houses, so I can almost justify paying that price for a house. Is it still
Mhm.
expensive? Yes, but like, oh, if it's not going to change, okay, maybe. But like, let's start adding more into these packs. Stop splitting up bundles. That could be if it's 5 items and you have 2 here and 2 there. Let's stop doing that. And let's try to make it more, if we're going to leave the prices where they're at, make them make sense.
Right.
Like that's what the most important thing is for me. But again, like you said, I don't know. Oh my god. Hello? Okay. Sorry. But yeah, for me it's just I don't know that they'll change the prices, but I'm hoping that they increase the amount of moonstones that we get with chests, or I don't know. I am, like I said, I'm totally fine with a monthly subscription. I'd pay for a monthly subscription.
I think I would too.
Would you?
Mhm.
Like, I think that if I'm spending the money in the game already, and one thing too I want to point out is like it depends on how much of a gamer you are, right? But like technically the purchases that you make in a game could be equivalent to you getting your nails done
Right.
or something that you do for self-care every single month. So, yeah, you could look at it as like, okay, this is the prices are what they are, but like if you're buying something that you really enjoy and that you're going to use often in your game, it could still be a positive thing, a beneficial thing to your life. So yeah, if they do a subscription or a monthly, some kind of monthly subscription, I'd be totally fine with that. I think that that'd be something I'd be comfortable with. And the other
How
thing
much?
how much?
Mhm.
I'd be willing to pay anywhere from $10 to $20 a month. I think I would pay $20 a month easily for a monthly
What
subscription
do
to
you
the game.
think you would get out of a monthly subscription?
I could tell you what I better get out of a monthly subscription.
Access to the Star Path.
The Star Path, there are no repeat items. So however they want to do it, when we get the not the Star Path, I'm sorry, that's the premium shop. The premium shop should have no repeat items. It should be new stuff every single time, every single week, or however they want to do it. The Star Path, I think, should be if you have a monthly subscription, it's free. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you can still do the duties to unlock the items, but you don't actually have to pay to unlock the Star Path. It
Mhm.
comes with everything already, basically, ready and set to go. You just log on and start playing.
Yeah. And
So,
you think that every premium shop item would be included in the subscription?
I think so. I think if I'm paying a monthly subscription, I think the premium shop most, if not all, then most. But even if let's say that if we pay for one thing, like let's say we still have to pay to unlock the Star Path, then maybe our monthly subscription comes with a set amount of moonstones every month.
Okay. Yeah.
And
I could
then
see
we
that
get
model.
and then we get the
Mhm.
premium shop, all of the items in the premium shop. So every time we have a new week, the new items we get automatically. And then it's another way to collect up your moonstones so that you can pay to play with the Star Path, to play the Star
See,
Path.
I think it would be the opposite. I think if they were to do it, it would be you get your monthly subscription gives you access to the Star Path
Mm-hmm.
and gives you a set amount of moonstones to spend in the premium shop. and then you would have to pay more moonstones. They could even have like different levels of subscription. Like maybe there
Yep.
is one that's like, I don't know, $50 a month and you get
I
everything in the premium shop.
I
And then
would be
there's like a
totally okay with that.
$20 one or whatever it is. You
Yeah,
get
you could choose your
however
tier of
many. Yeah.
subscription.
Hmm.
To be honest, I would love that. I think it would be amazing.
Yeah. I'm not opposed to it because at this point, how much did you
Already
say you
spending.
had to spend to get everything in the shop? It was like
Do we want to go into those numbers?
400 something dollars, right?
Yeah, so based if our calculations are correct, friends. Oh god, I'm
$50 a
sorry.
month was just a hypothetical
Was
because
just
you have to think,
hypothetical.
okay, based on these prices that Kay is about to pull up, I
Mm.
don't think $50 a month would be out of the question for the things that would be involved because not $400 a month, $400 total if you've purchased everything in the premium shop, I think is kind of the
Okay.
total.
And I'm going to preface this by saying this is only going to upset you guys more. So let's just keep that in mind. We're not trying to upset you. However, I did the calculations roughly. Everything, so this is everything added up moonstone wise from the premium shop
Is this
to
without the
date.
repeats? Like, did you
This
eliminate
is without the
repeats? Okay.
repeats. Yes. So without the repeats, and I'm terrible at math, so this is rough, guys. Okay, but let's say it's 1,333,000, not 1,300, 133,455 moonstones total. If you purchase every single thing from the premium shop, you divide that by the biggest pack of moonstones that you go buy, which is the pack of wait, is it the
14,000? Mm-hmm.
14,500, which is about nine purchases, nine $50 purchases. Means that if you purchase everything in the premium shop to date, you've spent 400 or roughly about $450 on the game.
Mm-hmm.
So, I
That's
mean,
just a number.
it's just a number.
You know,
It's just a number. Most of us
everyone in
is,
the chat is hung up on this $50 a month, and like that was just like a hypothetical
it's
number that I
not
threw out
real.
there. It's not real. It is
No, like,
not
look
real. I
at the
promise you,
subscription
they're
side.
not gonna. This whole subscription service was made up by Kay, and now I'm getting flack because I threw out a fake number.
It was my idea. What is it? Okay, so $50 is the highest you'd be willing to pay for a monthly subscription.
I mean, I don't want to spend $50 a month, but right now, how much everything is costing. I mean, I bought $50 last week, and the week before I bought $50. You know, like the past 3 weeks, I've spent like $100 on this game.
Yeah,
So
real
$50
bad.
a month is looking top
Real
tier for
nice.
me right now.
Oh God.
What do you think about the idea of less premium shop refreshes? Less frequent. Do you
I'm
like that
fine.
it's every week? Would you rather it be every month?
You
Is
know,
it too much?
I feel like every other week could be good. One thing we're seeing is like there's the same items are repeating in the premium shop, which is not a bad thing because if you miss it, obviously you have a chance to get it again. But like some of the weeks are just not like they're not really hitting. Like there's not
Mm-hmm.
anything that's like, blowing you away. So if it was less frequent, I would say I wouldn't want it once a month, but twice every 2 weeks, a refresh, I'd be fine with.
Yeah. Mr. Star just said he bought the Ultimate Edition 3 times.
That I'm getting all the moonstones while it's
All
on sale.
those moonstones. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't calculate exactly how much I've spent on the game. I didn't pay for it initially, and then I think I've purchased like 2 moonstone packs.
Mm-hmm.
And then I bought the Ultimate Edition when it was on sale for like $35 using Mr. Star's little method
Yeah.
that he had unlocked
What you
there.
shared with me, and I was like, oh my God, this is gold.
The way I ran to get my 20,000 moonstones. So, and then I've purchased the game twice for my mods. So, I mean, I've spent my fair share on this game.
Yeah, you have.
Uh,
Would you say you
but
regret it?
no.
Yeah, me either.
It makes me happy at the end of the day.
That's an
That's all that
important.
matters.
That's yeah. It's very important to consider that.
Yeah.
Now, and ideally, if we can make our communities happy, let's just find a way to mesh. Come on, Dreamlight Valley. Listen, Game Loft, hear us out. Please, we are begging you, not only for a response, but we're begging you. So let's just work something out, baby. Come on, we can do this. We can merge our heads together and we can come up with a really awesome way to include these microtransactions in the game that's affordable for not just a few people, but all people.
Okay.
Everybody.
If you want to email us, Gameloft, we are available.
It is open.
We will
The emails are
discuss.
open. We are open to discuss. Listen, a phone call. What? Tell me your best way to communicate. A text, email, whatever floats your boat. We are here for you.
Agree.
But
Okay.
I think ultimately we can probably end it off by saying we hear you guys. We understand your frustrations. We understand those frustrations personally ourselves, and we are hoping just as much as you guys that we'll get an answer and that we will see something change, however that looks in the game. And we're hoping they hear us and they either reduce the prices or, incentivize it in some way. But until that time, let's just remember for those of you who have not completely given up on the game, let's just remember there's a lot still to love and a lot still to do. And there's just more time that we can spend together in this game and be positive. I'm not just saying that from a creator standpoint. I'm saying that as a consumer, as somebody who plays the game on and off camera, there's a lot to enjoy. And I'm just really excited and continually excited to see what they come out with, especially after update 5.
I know. Okay. So I think that wraps up the discussion about the premium shop and the moonstones.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure we'll have to address it again in the future, but for
yeah, that
now,
conversation's not over.
hopefully we're all at least not necessarily on the same page, but everyone kind of knows where we are, where we stand.
Mm-hmm.
As for me, I'm going to keep playing the game, and when the beach house comes next week, I'm gonna have a beach house.
I'm still gonna be playing the game. I'm still going to be tweeting the creators at not creators, but the team of Dreamlight Valley. I'm gonna be there right along with you guys wanting these things, but I'm not gonna promise not to ever shop the premium shop. I will probably at some point buy something if I really want it. But yeah, I'm still going to play and I'm still going to enjoy the game. And I think it is a game that still deserves its love and its light right now. We'll see how it changes in the future.
Agree. Okay. So let's talk about update 5. And let's I would say let's talk about some of the features that came with it first and kind of how you feel about them. Okay. I was going to have some media here to show y'all while we did this, but it does not seem to be working right now. I don't know what's going on.
How dare.
OBS is broken, so we don't get that. So that's fun. So we're just going to be talking. So enjoy listening to us and looking at our faces.
Yeah, I hope you guys are having a great time.
All right, so let's talk about one of my favorite features, and you mentioned this just a little bit ago, the multiple houses. And how shocked were you when you walked in and it was a different freaking house?
Blown away. Listen, when I say I was almost positive it was going to be linked to our main player house. Like I just like it's not likely, right? I'm just thinking, okay, it's going to be exactly the same interior wise, which I would have been fine with. But when I walked in and saw that it was not only an empty room, but we have 3 other rooms inside the house as well, I was like, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. They may not act like they don't hear us right now, but they hear us.
I know.
I was blown away.
If I'm being honest with you, when it first happened, I was mad. I was like frustrated because I was like, wait a second. I'm going to have to decorate all these houses again. Mm-hmm. But then like the initial stress of it and the shock of it
wore
off. And I'm like, oh, okay, great. Now I can have all these different like buildings. I have like a restaurant if I wanted to, or like a little shop, or like a little greenhouse, or a little but initially I was like, are you kidding me? The only thing that frustrates me is if I wanted to have my cottage as the main house,
Yeah.
I can't have the starting house as a separate house.
Yes.
I have to have the starting house as my main house if I
I
want it to
hope.
exist in the valley. And
Oh,
that's my one complaint about it.
oh my God. Yeah. That's what got me. Like, I want to make a neighborhood. I was like
Mm-hmm.
so sure that we were going to get all the other house skins that came with the main player house.
Same.
Even if, I hate to say this, but even if it was like you had to continuously buy more
Buy
of the
them.
houses from the premium
Mm-hmm.
shop, and then you could just change the skin of that house if you wanted to.
Right.
Um, I would have loved to be able to use the pink and the purple and the different like houses and made a little neighborhood. So that was the biggest letdown for me about it. But other than that, like, I think I was genuinely excited because one thing I've noticed when I'm building in Dreamlight Valley is when I go in my house, depending on how the exterior of my house looks, I kind of want the interior in some sort, like my cottage house. I want
To
it to be
match
like
it.
cottage core on the inside.
Right.
So now with the beach house or like
I
the
know,
the
beach
the cat
house.
the decorating
It's gonna look
inside
so
is gonna
good.
be so good. Like,
The
and I'm
castles. Oh
the
my gosh, to have the
castles.
dark castle and the normal one. Oh my
What I
gosh.
what I love about it most is it incentivizes everybody to decorate, if they decorate in this way, to use items that they wouldn't normally use. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I typically wouldn't use a bunch of castle-esque items inside of my one house. But if I have the option to decorate an actual castle in a castle-esque way, I don't even know what the word is, but I'm doing it. I'm totally doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just love that. I love that aspect. And I think it makes it so much easier than having to travel all the way back home to like
Agree.
go inside and gain energy or, anything. You always have your house right around the corner.
Agree. I love it so
I
much.
know, so
I will also
excited.
say this is gonna upset some people, I think, but I think this is a major win for Switch players because if you're struggling to decorate outside in your
Mhm.
valley, now you have more options to decorate
Decorate
inside,
inside.
like, and you can
I never
do
thought about
multiple
that.
different things, so we'll take Switch users, we're gonna have to take our wins where we
We can
where we
get
can, I don't know. I say we as if I'm playing on Switch. I'm not, but it's the small wins.
it's the small
Hopefully, some
wins.
big wins later down the road. But
Yeah, you can satisfy that decorating itch a little bit at least by indoor decorating. But you made a good point too. Decorate making a restaurant or something. I didn't think about that, but that's such a good idea.
yeah, like cute little
What if you
houses.
used Eric's ship as a seafood
Oh my
restaurant?
gosh,
Put it on
yes.
the beach, put some tables outside, oh, next build.
Or like a little bed and breakfast
Oh,
in one of the
yes.
little main house. Oh my god, like the cottage is a bed and
Oh my
breakfast.
gosh, yeah.
Stop.
The cottage as a bed and breakfast.
Ooh.
Not us.
So cute.
Who's ready for the next dream? Mr. Stars guy says I'm stealing that idea.
I love Mr. Star is always like, oh, I see this on Reddit, stealing it,
Stealing it.
stealing
Taking
it.
that with me. Thank y'all.
So funny.
That is great.
Yeah, so tons of cute ideas. I think this is definitely one of the best features that they added.
Yeah, top 3 for sure.
That like it was always something we hoped for, but I never thought that they would do this.
No, me
And then
either.
to take it to that level where you can decorate them all separate.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought that they would give us the extra player houses maybe eventually, especially because multiplayer is supposed to be coming to the game. So I'm like, it would make sense that there were additional houses if there's multiple people playing the game. But to have that extra oomph with just like being able to decorate the inside was amazing. What's
Yeah.
your number 2 though? Your number 2 feature.
My number 2 feature is
Yeah.
going to sound dumb.
What?
The little red dot at Scrooge's.
Oh, but it's so good.
The
Oh,
red dot.
I never thought I
Oh,
could love a little red dot so much.
I love that stupid red dot
Oh,
because
it's so good.
there's so much stuff I didn't know that I had because I've seen it so many times. I'm like, of course I have that.
Oh, I've passed up so many things I thought I had. I almost ran past one the other day and I was like, it had the red dot on it. I was like, oh, I actually don't own that.
Right.
Like, what else have I been skipping?
I'll grab that. But for the
Yeah.
longest time, I'd finally realized that I was passing up stuff that I didn't have that I probably won't use, but I
Yeah.
want to try to get as much stuff as I can.
Yeah.
But I had started just buying everything every time because I didn't want to look in the collection every time. It's so
Oh,
annoying.
yeah. If I had any doubt, I was like, I'm just gonna buy it again. It's a waste of money because you're just like, you know.
Hmm.
But no, I did the exact same thing. But now it just makes it so easy. I just run by it if I already have it and I don't want to buy it again. I know because the little red dot is there to have my back,
I
my
know.
bestie.
Yep.
I love the little red dot. I think it's a great quality of life update for the game. Love it, love it, love it. How do you feel about the bordered paths?
The bordered paths. I love them and I hate them.
Double-edged sword,
It
huh?
is.
Mm,
Okay. Thinking about it now and how the bordered paths are implemented,
mm-hmm.
it makes sense to me that it has to be a whole separate path.
Yeah,
However,
yeah.
we should be able to take our existing path
And break them down.
and make it into the bordered path.
Yeah,
I should be
yeah,
able to do something to
yeah,
just do. The
yeah,
fact that I have to grind again for
yeah.
this hardwood that I just grinded for, or this stone that I got, or this, oh my
And that's
gosh.
not a little task because some of
No.
our like I can speak for myself when I say most of my valley has paths on it in some way or form. So you're talking about hundreds and hundreds of resources that are going to essentially just go to waste if we can eventually break it down. And I'm hoping that they include this feature in the future, update us with this feature where we can break items down because the storage chest.
Yeah. This was going to be one of my, if we talked about, quality of life things, the
Mhm.
storage chest is an absolute
Come on.
criminal act. Like
Come on.
the
It is
fact that I
criminal.
crafted all of these storage chests and then later you came out with these other ones, and the fact that I have to pay all of this Dreamlight for every single one, and I
I
can't
just
even just like if I wanted to paint it. I had to just accept the fact that all of mine were going to be wooden because I
yeah.
was like, I can't risk making a white one and then
Mhm.
they're all different and it's going to
Yeah.
stress me out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then I would have wasted the 5,000 Dreamlight.
Ugh.
I can't just,
Yeah.
they're just all
It's too
wooden.
expensive. It's too expensive to make them. But the fact that like I have like 40 small chests now after the chest
Just sitting
update,
there and you're,
that just they're never gonna be used. They're just sitting there. I'm like, we need a way to break these resources down and get the items back. Like
mm-hmm.
I think that would be an amazing quality of life update. And well, let's just hope that they see. I think that that's something they'll be able to do, but it's just a matter of maybe when.
Yeah. Yeah, I think implementing breaking stuff down, customizing existing stuff, like being able to paint it. Like another thing that I really want to be able to paint is the companion house, like the little
Yeah.
companion house that you can put
Uh-huh.
outside. I hate the colors of that, so I wish
Yeah.
we could have
I think
different
it's
colorways.
I think it's cute, but I'm not obsessed with the colors either. I
Hmm.
would if I had the option to change or choose from different colorways, then I absolutely would.
Yeah. How do you feel about, I'm seeing some people mention in the chat, how do you feel about the fact that it all kind of just goes into your endless furniture storage as opposed to like Animal Crossing where you can kind of sell and buy, but you're
Like,
limited on storage?
yeah, do you mean in the sense of like when you pick something up, it's just in the
It's just
list
like
of
in the
things?
void. Yeah.
Uh it doesn't bother me too much,
I
honestly.
like it compared to
Yeah.
Animal Crossing because while I can't sell it to make
Yeah.
money,
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about this constant like, oh, if I run out of storage space, I'm gonna have to decide what I want to
Yeah.
keep and what I don't.
Yeah.
I like just I just like to hoard my stuff.
Oh yeah, that's I mean, I
So
love it just because it gives me a reason to make more storage rooms. And anytime I can make a storage room,
yeah.
I am literally considering making a storage room for snowballs. So don't go ahead. Yes, I just want to make an ice room for the sake of
A
using items to make a
whole
little, just a whole.
snowball storage room.
Yep, that's where we're at right now, and
You know?
absolutely. Uh
You
huh.
could put that in your castle or something.
I
One of
think I
your
will. Yeah, maybe my castle will be the storage room for my snowballs.
Yeah.
It's gonna be amazing. But yeah, that doesn't
Oh
bother
my
me. I can tell you what
gosh.
does bother me. Well, no, you know what? I'll save that for the quality of life updates part. So I won't say what that is, but
Okay.
we'll wait. But yeah, I think the paths are really cool. I think they look amazing. Don't like how they don't connect, but I can deal with it. I would rather, even if they never let the paths connect, I just hope we can deconstruct them one day and get the resources
Mhm.
back.
Agree.
Hmm.
I honestly hate the amount of, and I guess this could be considered quality of life. I hate how many materials it takes to make paths.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
painful.
it
Coming
hurts.
from Animal Crossing where it's free to just put as many paths down as I want and then
Yeah.
or even something like The Sims where I could just spray paint it on.
Oh,
Like,
we
give
need
me
a new
that.
system. Yeah, we need a new system for putting down the paths. We all know that. That is it's tough to make to fill in, the pathways in the game. Like it just takes
So
forever.
tough.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah. Brittany, thank you for the super chat. Brittany says, "Thanks so much for the pod. I
Thank
think
y'all.
I think colored chests were a solution for labeling chests, but it didn't work. I wish we could upgrade the chest size." Oh, you mean from like small to medium, medium to
Yeah,
large?
that's
Yeah.
what I'm hoping.
See,
And
I
then they
just
would
went straight to large because I was like,
yeah.
if I make the medium, I'm gonna regret making the medium.
Mhm.
So I'm just gonna have to wait until I have enough to
The
make the large.
storage those storage chests would have been a win if they didn't require Dreamlight. I'm
Oh yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
I know the argument is, well, this gives you a way to use Dreamlight and continue doing your daily duties, but like there's just no purpose for Dreamlight in those chests at all. So sorry. Now I'm off my TED talk, but that's how I feel. I feel like the Dreamlight on the chest is pointless.
A little
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
bit, yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, so other features that came with the update. What about the Touch of Magic furniture feature? Have you used that at all?
Love
Did
it.
you? Okay.
I used it some. I think I'm gonna use it more. I'm so caught up in doing like the star path and then also the quest right now that I haven't been doing too much like decorating. But when I get back to decorating, I think it's gonna be so, so useful.
Yeah.
And to be honest, shout out to Jazz in the chat because Jazz has like inspired me and I think Little Flower as well has been decorating like crazy,
Oh
like
yeah.
really using the touch of magic tool. I don't is it called touch of magic for the furniture? I can't remember.
I think it is.
Yeah. So it's like it's so cool all of the different variety of items that you can make now. And again, I say this all the time. I sound like a broken record, but I just love the fact that that tool is going to be expanded on. So we're probably going to get more furniture that we can design, use the tool on. And it's really just going to set apart our valleys. Like when they start doing valley tours now, you're going to see tables and chairs and beds and benches outside. And you're like, where did you get that? Did you buy that from Scrooge? And they're like, no, I made it with the touch of
Right.
magic tool. So I think that that's going to be a really, really cool feature moving forward. And I'm
Totally agree.
excited for that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think when I saw that they had rugs,
Oh, yes.
I
Rugs.
about fell out of my chair. I'm trying to get something in here for y'all to look at. That's a rug, but people are substantially more talented than me. So so that's a thing.
It definitely takes a little getting used to. I can say that. It takes some getting used to.
I mean, have you made anything that you're like, "Oh, this looks great"?
I made the simplest. I actually in the video that I most recently posted on Dreamlight Valley, I touched on the tool and I made a rug which was just decent. It wasn't anything special, but I made like this dresser that was actually really nice. I really liked how it turned out. It had
Oh,
like this wood texture with like gold, not golden, but black handles. It was like kind of modern. I was like, "Oh, this is very nice."
I don't know if you saw this. Oh, well, now stuff is working behind this picture. I have no idea what's going on with OBS right now.
Wow. Okay.
Um, so
I
there you
see.
go. What is happening? Okay.
This is a rug.
This is a rug that someone made into, this is Sprouty Sprout over in my Discord. And
What?
look at that. Are you kidding?
Get out of here.
Turned it
That
into
is
a pool.
I was about to say, where did you buy this item?
with, isn't that so cute?
I love that.
Like,
That
how
is
is that
so
possible?
amazing. It's beautiful. It really
It's,
looks like it has dimension. I'm confused.
yeah. So I'm really curious to see what other people do with this
Oh
because,
yeah.
yeah, other people are just so much more talented than me. So,
Yeah, Feb in my Discord made a rug that I thought was an item, and it's like a play mat, and it has like all of the motifs that look like drawings. And they made a pencil, like a 3D pencil that looks like it's off hanging off of the mat, almost like hovering on it. And it just looks so good. Like I'm like, how in your brain are you thinking like, oh, I'm gonna make this item?
right.
It's so good. It's so good.
Okay. I think I have this fixed at least.
That's good.
Okay. Umbrellas.
Eh,
Have you used the umbrella at all?
a little bit. I'm a little underwhelmed by the umbrella. And here's
Yeah.
why.
It's
It's like it's okay. Will I use it when it's raining? Probably. I do like the fact that all you have to do is press one button and it pops out, so you can like unequipped or equipped it.
mm-hmm.
Um, it's kind of lifeless though, no? Like when we're walking in
Yeah.
the rain, unfortunately, like I hate this might be like nitpicking a little bit, but like when we're walking in the rain doesn't really bounce off the top of the umbrella. There's no effect to show that the umbrella is getting wet in a
Right.
sense. So
Right.
like to me it doesn't really like if they added some more life to it, I think it would be more purposeful, but to me it's kind of just like I'll probably forget to even equip it when it's raining. Like I'll probably just continue to run around,
Yeah. I
you know?
think what I really hope doesn't happen is I don't want to see these in the premium shop.
Oh,
Like
please.
touch
Yeah.
of magic to it, fine, but
That's what I thought they would do.
don't make me pay for this.
Oh yeah, I that it will sit and catch cobwebs literally like that freaking lamp that Scrooge is always trying to force down my throat. Shop. It will collect dust. I am not purchasing an umbrella. Now, if
Yeah.
they do add it as a way, which I think is I don't know why it's not, but like let's just add an umbrella to the design tool and let us create our own umbrellas. I don't see it
Yeah.
really serving any purpose any other way.
Agree.
To purchase it, it would need to have to serve some type of function, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, they should have had, don't even get me started. The umbrella feature
Mhm.
should have been stuff like Olaf's Cloud
Oh my gosh.
as the
Yes.
umbrella. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
following you around,
That would have been
snowing
cooler.
on you.
Oh,
Like that's the umbrella in Dreamlight Valley, not
yeah, like I
this.
want a magical umbrella. I
Yeah.
wanted to that I didn't even think about that, but I would have it over me even when it's not
I
raining
know.
if it
It
if
just
it just hovered over
you
my
know,
head.
like yeah.
Literally, I
And
would
there's so
love
many
that.
other ones they could come up with too that are like, I don't know, just more fun
Yeah.
than your typical umbrella.
Yeah, exactly. I was surprised
Um,
that it was kind of I get that it's Disney Dreamlight Valley themed, but I don't know, maybe this is girly, but give me a lacy umbrella or
yeah,
something. I don't know, you know?
like a parasol,
Mhm.
not a yeah. All right, mannequins. How do you feel about the mannequins?
Mannequins I like. I'm not like blown away by them, but I also do enjoy them and will use them. So
The mannequins had two fails for me.
I know which one of them is going to be.
The first one and the biggest one,
Hmm.
indoor only.
Why?
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 Why did we choose that?
What is the reasoning?
What's the why? Like when you made it, did you not say to yourself, why wouldn't we put these outside? Let's
I
take a
know.
pause. And when you were toggling the option or however you do it in game creating, do you say indoor only item? How do you write that into the code of this item and then not think, well, why wouldn't we put these outside?
I don't know. I don't understand.
Because the way I wanted to set them in front of Scrooge's store,
I know.
the way I wanted to create my own little clothing shop
Mm-hmm.
that I would unrealistically go up to and like toggle the different outfits every week because new fashion is rolling around and I'm just want something to do. Like, why?
Wait, Scissortail Gaming says, I love the mannequins. I just hate that you can only place 5 to a room.
What?
Is that true? This room has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at least, right? 7?
Yeah, they're saying that that's true.
There's a room limit?
Room limit sucks.
Okay, well
What?
this trailer right here is a lie.
First of all, you can put as many items as you want in a room. Why would, again, I don't understand. I don't get that.
They definitely have more in the trailer. I'm definitely seeing 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think there are 7.
Yeah.
Can we talk about how I have nothing in this trailer? I own none of these items. And don't even laugh, Kato, because you're oh, giggly. Oh, that's so funny. I bet it's hilarious as you run around with your new crafting table.
Do you like my painting table?
Honestly, it's beautiful. I love it.
Thank you.
Where'd you get it?
You know, just Scrooge.
Oh, is that right?
He just loves me so much.
He loves you so much. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you're Scrooge's favorite now.
That day, I was.
Now we're claiming it's that day.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. These items are so good though. Like I love this room, and I'm just like, I don't own that rug. I don't know the little sewing thing, the crafting table, the painting table, or the bookshelves.
Do you own the fabric shelf thing?
No. Do you have that?
I'm pretty sure I have the bookshelves, the pillars, the fabric thing, and the painting table.
Oh, so you designed this room. You designed this room. Oh, okay, got it. So you were actually the one behind this trailer. Got it. You know, I'm glad we cleared some things up today. I'm so glad to know. Yeah. I'm happy for you. Mm-hmm. I'll go cry about it later.
Thanks. Yeah, it was great. You know what I don't have? The vine wall.
Me either.
Yeah. Okay. You ordered literally 25 vine walls in one stream.
I don't recall that. And where did you get that information? I have no idea what you're talking about.
And I keep seeing people posting their little fruit stands and veggie stands.
Yeah, to be honest, they're really winning the game. Like all this other stuff we complain about having. The day that I get the fruit and veggie stands is the day my entire valley becomes a farmer's market.
Oh, yeah.
One in every biome.
I'm pretty sure I saw someone on YouTube with that kind of setup, and I was just like, wow. I almost commented Scrooge's favorite, and then I was like, I probably shouldn't do that.
You don't really know me that well. Think I'll pass.
You have no idea who I am. I shouldn't.
And my intrusive thoughts almost got me on that one.
Yeah. My second problem with the mannequins is some of the poses are in the white form, and then some of the poses are in the black form, but they're not all in both.
Oh, I haven't noticed that.
It's like I don't think I've made it in the white and then 3 in the black, and they're different poses, and I want them to all be in all of them. Like, yeah. Because if I wanted them to all be matching.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Why are they?
Yeah, that will bother me as well.
Yeah.
Oh, why did they do that?
It's a very weird choice. I don't know why you can't either toggle that or have them be all available, or I don't know. Not. I don't know.
Yeah. No, that doesn't make sense. I'm surprised by that. I actually have not I don't even think I've paid close enough attention to catch that yet. Yeah. Good to know, but also But yeah, they're pretty cool to me. I think it's an easy way to like change your clothes, which I like. I can just put my favorite clothing my favorite outfit on them and just easily change. So I do like the convenience of it, but I really do wish we could place them outside.
I agree.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that we're missing as far as the just the random stuff? Oh, the Ariel's crafting table. What a nice surprise.
Which I had somebody comment underneath my video and was like, I've had this since December. And I said, babes, no way.
only if they crafted 2 of them because it was kind of like glitched.
That's what I said. I said, to my knowledge, unless you crafted 2 on the quest, there was no way to purchase this or not. So I like asked, how were you able to craft it, or did you buy it? And they didn't respond or whatever. But I was like, I'm pretty sure that nobody could make Ariel's table after that quest.
Right. That was my understanding too. Mm-hmm. And I had never even cared about it until I saw Jade talking about it, and I was like, and then I felt instant, oh my gosh, I'm never gonna have the Ariel's crafting table.
Yeah, it was pretty devastating. I'm not gonna lie. Somebody was like, oh yeah, you could have made 2 of those. Go try. So I run to my crafting table and I said, oh, that time has passed for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, I remember I tried to do it for a couple things at some point. I had already missed the Ariel's crafting table one, and then I think people tried to make me do it for Wally's telescope
Mm-hmm.
and the
Yeah.
snowman or
It
something,
it didn't work
and it
on
didn't
anything
work.
else, right? Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
It's so ridiculous that we don't get those items, by the way. Can we talk about that? Quality of
Yeah, can
life? Give
we?
me the items.
Why? What's again when you're writing the code for the game?
You choose to vanish?
What was the thought process? Was the thought process, nah, I just don't think so.
They don't
Just
want
don't want them to
those.
have it. No.
Yeah.
That you only made them run around, gather all the items, talk to multiple people to get this thing crafted up, and then you craft and you say, yeah,
Yeah.
I actually think I think I won't give it to you. But you know what I have noticed? They are in Scrooge's shop now. So I don't know if they're working on making
Oh,
them
yeah.
purchasable,
Mm-hmm.
but you can't buy them just yet, but they are showing up in his catalog. So I'm curious. Very curious.
They're
Indeed.
trying to make it, yeah, interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think other than that, feature wise, I don't think there was anything else that really like is mind blowing. I think my top three are the houses, the paths, and then the red dot for sure.
Yeah, agree.
I really liked Ariel's crafting table too, but
Yeah.
really liked that one.
It was almost like a stressful day because I was like, I don't know what to do right now.
Oh, me
Like
too.
there's too much all at once. And I think I got so overwhelmed that I
Yeah.
spent like 30 minutes making a rug.
Oh my God. The first hour of my stream was nothing but like just looking at all the new stuff. I was so lost. I'm like, oh, and then there's this, and then there's this, and then there's this. I was all over the place.
Yeah, it was a lot.
What do you think about how would you rate from 1 to 10? What would you rate the star path for this update?
Ooh, Star Path.
Yeah.
I would give it a 6. Maybe a 5.
6?
Maybe a 5.
Really?
Yeah, 5 or 6.
What don't you love about it?
I think I don't love it because it's things that I don't know. Like they're trying to promote Elemental or whatever. I wish they had waited until this movie was out. Like they
That
should
would
have done
make sense.
Elemental like next Star Path.
Yeah, like after people have watched the movie and really
Right.
fallen in love with it, then there's a reason to buy the
Right. Like I've got these leaf hairstyles. Why?
What do I do with this?
Um,
I have to admit the hairstyles are my favorite.
You love the hairstyles, yeah.
Oh my
I
God.
know you love the cloud one.
I love the cloud one and I love the water one just because it's unlike anything we've seen in the game yet. So like especially with the water hairstyle, the way that it like moves, I don't know, it just adds like an extra like fun little aspect to your character, which I think is really, really cool. And I really want that onesie. I still don't have the onesie yet, but I want it.
The onesie is like the best item.
Yeah, how you had it on that first stream.
Because I do the tins until I get to the thing that I want, and then I get the thing that I want, and then I kind of go back.
Oh, I thought you had to see. I have to buy 3 things to get.
Yeah,
to,
I take 3 tins out of
Yeah.
each thing until I get to the page that I want, and then I buy the thing.
Oh, I didn't think about that. I started buying everything I wanted as soon as I saw. Yeah,
I
that's great.
prioritize what I want the most, and then I kind of work my way back.
Organized, are we? Look at you, a Star Path professional.
Yeah.
We need to get you a badge.
I used to be a lot better about like getting through the star paths quickly, and now it's just like I can't. I'm too busy doing everything else that I don't even have time.
There's so much to do. I think I have to say I've seen some people saying that they feel like this update was not like, I don't know how people go through this update in a day. I just don't know. I have no idea, but in my personal opinion, like I would have to play the game for most of the day to move through update 5. I feel like, and that's like a full day of like gameplay. So I feel like it was hefty. I feel like there was so much to do.
I'm still not done.
I'm not even close to being done.
I did finish the main storyline.
Yeah.
And then I still have so much Star Path left, and I haven't leveled up Fairy Godmother all the way.
Me either.
And
what did you assign Fairy Godmother?
And my valley is an absolute trash pile right now.
Oh, mine too is a mess. There's thorns everywhere.
I made Fairy Godmother a gardener.
I did foraging, and I
Ew!
don't
Why would you do that?
because I thought to myself, what is
Are
the one?
you new?
Are you new here? No, I literally after I signed it, I said, why
What?
did I do that? Like I literally forage so little. I have no idea. So now she has to come with me everywhere, literally everywhere.
You need to just bite the bullet and craft one of
Make the
those books.
manual. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I don't know why I
Mining
did.
or gardening?
Yeah, what I don't know what I did. I don't even know what I was thinking.
I wouldn't
Honestly, I
have
was
even
real
judged
tired.
you if you did digging,
Yeah,
but foraging?
yeah. I think I thought to myself, I was running out of berries for my berry salads. And so I was like, well, I'm going to be doing a lot of foraging for the next like couple days. That was the logic. And I like picked like 3 bushes and said, you know what? This was
Oh, yeah.
not.
I need so many berry salads. It is remarkable.
Can we talk about how picking up flowers and spices off the ground does not count as foraging?
It's literally just the trees and the bushes.
No, I'm so upset about that. I'm like, this makes no sense. Oh,
Becca said people were telling you how they didn't get it, and you were like, foraging isn't useless when you need berries.
I was so wrapped up in the berries, and literally after stream, I was like,
Because the spawn frequency of that is so minimal.
Oh
compared
yeah, no,
to the other stuff.
It takes all day. She basically comes around and does everything with me. We mine together, we garden together. That's it. Everywhere we go, just right behind me.
Bippity boppity boo.
Talking in riddles and stuff. I'm like, lady, we got to get to work. I am level 7 though. I am level 7. So.
I just got to level 8 because I got that.
Oh, you got the arch then?
I got the arch.
Does it light up?
Mm-hmm. I haven't even placed it yet. I just got it.
I gotta see it. I can't wait.
But it's pretty.
It is. That was another thing about the update. Like, that's when I say they don't skimp. Like she has some of the best gifts in the game.
The best.
Like that set of the pumpkin basket, flower basket thing, the arch with the lights, and then Cinderella's carriage.
I know. Ridiculous.
Yeah, no. It deserves its own spot in the valley.
It's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I thought that the ones and I think there's more than that you get too.
Yeah.
But the ones that they did for Simba and Nala, I was like, oh, you can't get any better than this.
Yeah.
And then beautiful. This one,
come on.
Because some of the previous ones I was not blown away by.
Yeah, some of them were just kind of mediocre. Yeah.
But they are just improving every time with the friendship rewards.
Oh, that's what I get. That's one of my most anticipated part about the updates is I knew when new characters come, I know we're going to get really cool rewards. Yeah. So I get very excited about that.
Agree. One thing I feel like we haven't really touched on, I don't think we did last time anyway. And I guess this is kind of like talking about the future of the game. So maybe I should wait on that. Let's actually, before we get into that, let's talk about... We're not going to spoil anything here as far as the main quest line, but maybe let's just give it like a ranking. Like 0 to 10, how do you feel about the main story quest?
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
Maybe 10 out of 10. It was good, right?
It was really good.
And you know what I was shocked by? I'll say it's 10 out of 10. And here's why it's 10 out of 10. Because Dreamlight Valley is like a happy-go-lucky, upbeat kind of game. What shocked me so much about this part of the storyline is that they roped in mental health. Like, we were obviously watching somebody, and again, I don't want to spoil it or give any details, but you were obviously watching somebody who's struggling with real life internal battles. And I think everybody kind of at some point in their life struggles with. And so I was like, this is an interesting pivot from what we've normally played through. So like, I just thought it was really, really cool. And the end part of the whole quest line was like, I was blown away. I was blown away by how thought out it was. All of like the little things you had to do, all of the little things that you could find. I mean, it was just so good. It was so good.
You know, what I appreciated about this one was it wasn't fetch questing. It was more
Yeah.
like puzzly. It kind of gave me like a Zelda experience in a
Yes.
much more
Chill way. It
chill way.
wasn't
Yeah.
as complicated.
I'm not like in a dungeon, you know, but I'm having to like, you know, to like think a little bit and like how do I do this puzzle and that puzzle and I really like that's the kind of thing I like.
Yeah.
Trying to figure things out, do puzzles, but that
Yeah.
are accessible and
Mhm.
intuitive, unlike the potato quests, which are the bane of my existence, and I absolutely despise those things.
You know, at this point, I just would be like, just give me the answers. Like, I just saw,
Right,
when I talk to chat, I'm just like, I don't even want to, because there's no way to figure out what to do for those. So it's like, unless you
right.
have, I don't know, you're a brainiac and there's something I'm missing, there's just no way to do it without looking up the information.
I was proud of myself because I was like finding a couple of the clues, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Ooh, like, am I actually gonna figure out a potato?" And then you needed like 700 of them to do it, and I was just
Yeah.
like, "Okay, forget
This
it."
at this point, it's not.
Google. You know, I don't and
I'm telling you.
that's so not like me too, because
Yeah.
I'm always, you know, telling my chat like, please don't spoil, like I really want to
Same.
figure this out on my own, because
Yeah.
I don't even know how to explain it other than like I know I can Google or follow chat directions to
Yep.
do something. Like
Yeah.
that's not fun to me. That's not why I
Yeah.
play the game. Like I really want to figure it out on my
Mhm.
own. Because like if I was gonna do that, I would just watch someone else do
Yeah.
it. And like that's
Yeah.
to each their own. I know a lot of people like guides and stuff, and like I have guides for games, but it's more of like I like to look at the pretty pictures afterwards, but I'm never gonna
Oh, that's
like
so cool.
go in here to try to figure out a shrine or a quest or
Right.
something. Like I
Right.
really just want to do it on my
Figuring it
own.
out for yourself is rewarding. Like when it, like that was the one thing about the primary storyline for me too. It's like as I was going through and I was figuring it out, I'm like, oh, okay, look at
Right.
me. Like I can, it's rewarding. But the potato quest is no way.
Right.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
said no, no. There was,
Yeah, absolutely not. Yeah. So the only reason I give it a 9 out of 10 is because I'm bitter
mm-hmm.
that mine glitched.
Yours glitched?
I was not included.
No, on what part? A hint, I guess, without spoiling it. What
The
part glitched?
the end where it's
No,
like
no,
the
no.
I'm not there.
Oh no. No.
It's
Oh, I'm so
everyone but me.
sorry.
And I was just like, wait a second. Wait. And
You
I was like, am I gonna like pop out? I was just waiting. I was like, I'm gonna pop out at any
you were
moment.
totally K-coded.
And I was, yeah,
That usually
not there.
happens to me.
Yep, just not there. So I'm bitter.
I would be upset. I'm not gonna lie. I might have actually shed a tear. Like really, everybody except me.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 though. Would highly recommend. I think it was great.
So good, yeah.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
do have a super chat from Rycian who says, what do you think of the decision not to include a trigger warning?
Um.
I feel like for me, Disney doesn't really come with trigger warnings. And a lot of their movies are honestly pretty dark and heavy topics if you really
They all
break
start
it
off
down,
with
you
I
know?
literally cry at the beginning of every Disney movie.
I don't know if maybe this one feels a little bit different because it's like putting you into the character, and so maybe it could be a little bit more like self-reflective in that way. I just don't know how they could have done it, and I feel like it almost would have put people off in a way.
Yeah, like it could almost take away from the fact that something different is about to happen instead of it being a surprise. I think that if they did want to include, because I get that some of these topics can be touchy, maybe in your settings you can opt in for trigger warnings before. That could be
Right.
something, maybe like you could just toggle that on. And so before you start certain quest lines that could be possibly triggering, then your game specifically can notify you.
I think
That may
that
be
could
a
be
good
good.
solution. Yeah, because for me, I wouldn't prefer a trigger warning, but I could definitely understand why somebody would need that. So I could totally get it.
Yeah. I think having the option would be nice, but
Yeah.
for me personally, I wouldn't want it to interrupt my experience.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, I think
I
it
could
like
see
it
it.
takes they probably didn't do it because it takes out the immersion of the game. Like you're wrapped up in this quest, in this storyline, you're going and going, and then if you have this pop-up, it's almost like, you know, stopping you to say, "Hey, something's coming up that may be emotionally difficult." And so then it's like, "Oh, well, what is that?" And then your brain goes off to other places. So,
Right.
yeah, but I definitely think I can see why it's triggering. I could totally see that.
Mm-hmm. Teddy, thank you for the super chat. I think this is the perfect one to lead us into our next thing. Now that the forgetting
Ooh.
storyline is done, what do you think is coming next and what potential biomes? Okay, so this will be our only like spoiler warning. If you have not completed the main storyline, we're not going to ruin the storyline, but there's a little like teaser at the end. So if you
Mhm.
do not want to see that, if you don't want to hear anything about it, this is your spoiler warning for that because I am going to play
This
it.
is your time.
We're going to talk about it. Spoiler warning, kinda ish, a little bit.
Yep.
We don't know anything. Like this is going to be a lot of speculation.
Mhm.
So it's not really that spoily, if I'm being
It's
honest with
not.
you. But I
Yeah.
just do want to warn people if you're listening or watching and you don't want to see that.
Yep.
So let me find it here. And we're
Mhm.
going to talk about the end. Not those, not the mannequins. Well, didn't I have it earlier and it was working and now it's
You did.
not?
It was over the picture or behind the picture,
I know. Where did it go?
not OBS.
It does not like me today.
Mm. Mm-mm-mm.
Okay, well here we go.
Okay, is it
Found it.
playing?
It is
Yay.
playing. We got
Okay.
it. All right, so post the update storyline. We got this little teaser after the credits, and there are obviously some very obvious things that are happening and coming, and then there's a lot of question marks too. So we obviously see, and I don't have the audio playing because last time it was a nightmare when the audio played, but
Yeah.
we see 3 new biomes, and
Yep.
we see Jafar in the shadoux and hear
Mhm.
him laughing. Ah, there we go. That was him.
I
Voice
actually voiced that
voice
part of
actor.
the
I am obsessed with this.
Yes. Very much on
So
brand.
good.
So do
Yeah.
you think this confirms what we saw in this year's what's it called? The word is escaping me. They released the roadmap. Okay, the content roadmap that came out at the very end of that content roadmap, it showed that little hourglass in the sand.
Uh-huh.
And everybody was saying how that's Aladdin, that's Aladdin, that's Aladdin. And now
Right.
we have Jafar at the end of this part. I feel like it's roping it in that Aladdin is coming to the game in some form, obviously.
Right.
So the question is, which is that's cool to me. Like that's cool, but like the star of the show here are those 3 biomes over there.
Oh yeah, the 3 biomes.
What is this? How is this implemented?
How are we getting
I
there?
How
How
are
are
we getting
we?
there? Because it's obviously not connected.
Yeah.
So my question is if it's not connected, and they even mentioned Merlin mentioned that there are other islands with whole other worlds.
Right.
So I'm so excited about this. One, because if the story for Dreamlight Valley ends like we fixed the valley, the Nightthorn issue, all of this stuff, the forgetting is over, everything's happy. How is there a new storyline that's happening in these other worlds? Are we This is my theory. Skull Rock, right?
Mm-hmm.
Transports us,
Ooh, 2 of these biomes.
but maybe what if they implement it in a way that Skull Rock transports us to um um what's the movie called?
Aladdin?
Not Aladdin. The with the fairy and the kids, they fly through Peter Pan.
Peter Pan.
What if it transports us into a Peter Pan biome that has 3 different biomes, like 3 different
Mm.
parts of the movie. And so it's
Mhm.
like you're traveling through into this whole new world biome, and it's based around an entire movie. Almost like if we wanted a Finding Nemo type of biome, we'd
Right.
go to some place in the water and it transport us to an island that is like, if that makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, Never Never Land. So like and then you have like your new characters there. They live in this world and this biome. You go help them with stuff. Like, how cool would that be?
That would be really cool.
Man.
Yeah, I honestly haven't thought too much into like what I think it will actually be because I'm just
Mhm.
so wrong about that kind of stuff. Like just totally off base, out of touch. Like obviously I think part of this will be Aladdin themed, like a desert of some sort.
I think
I
so.
think we'll
Mhm.
definitely be getting a desert. Um but I don't know how they're connecting the other two to this. And
Yeah.
I am really curious to see like how seamless this transition
Traveling.
is and like
Mhm.
how we feel about leaving the valley to go here and
Yeah.
back and forth. And can I move people who exist on my valley off to Never Never Land or
Maui.
Maui?
Bye bye.
Or how does that work? There's so many questions and like the more you think about it, the more questions you have about how is it going
It's
to work?
Yeah, that's so true. And you know what? I don't know because I'm so how do you feel that we're going to these islands and not more biomes added onto our map? If that makes a sense,
Hmm.
like actually connected to the biomes that we have here. Would you have liked to see more biomes added into this map as it currently is? Or are you okay with the idea of like transporting to a new world?
Um, in a perfect world, I would like them added to our existing. In the
Mm-hmm.
existing world of Dreamlight Valley, I'm honestly okay with this because with the item limit already,
Yeah, true.
the fact that it's going to be a loading screen to go here, it will like refresh the
Mm-hmm.
memory of whatever system you're playing on, and it'll allow people to decorate these separate areas different
Yeah.
than this. Like, I think this is kind of like the max
Mm-hmm.
of what we can have
And
existing
this,
all at
yeah.
once.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe one or two more things like at the top where we can kind of see where it could expand a little bit.
Expand. Mm-hmm.
But I think this is the best solution.
Yeah.
And but I don't know like how this will work for other because obviously this isn't going to be the only time this happens.
Right.
Are they going to keep adding to those three, and we're going to keep getting like these bigger places, or are we going to keep having like little three
I
sections?
think that we're
Or
probably gonna start having more sections because and I only say that just because Merlin mentioned the islands and he said it like plural. Like there are multiple different islands out there with worlds on that exist on them. So I guess to me that's like symbolizing that like they're gonna be mini biomes that we travel to maybe and have
Mhm.
an experience there. The only thing is it's kind of weird. Like, do you just travel there once and fix everything that's going on and never visit again? And it's just a part of additional storylines and quest lines that get added?
No, I think
Or
you'll go back. I think you'll decorate it.
okay, that's what I was thinking too. Like, I'm wondering if they're gonna have a
I think it'll
decorating
have like
aspect.
separate, like, I think it'll have like goofy stalls and like you have to go there to get resources and you have
Oh,
to get,
okay.
like,
Oh, yeah,
because,
because certain resources will exist there that don't exist in
right.
our valley.
That's
Yeah,
the
okay.
only way I feel like they could make it. Because what I was going to mention earlier was the castle and how
Yeah,
many doors we have that
there's
aren't
so many.
opened.
Yeah,
Um, they really have to like separate these biomes from the realms. And I feel
yeah,
like the realms are the places you kind of go and you never go back.
yeah.
The biomes need to be places that I'm
Spend
gonna
most of my
go
time.
to. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think they definitely need to have resources. I'm really hoping that they add more like Kristoff style characters who add to the game. Like,
Oh,
I need
yeah.
more vendors. I need more
Yeah.
shops. I need more stuff to do and like ways for this to feel alive.
Yep.
Right. I mean, them walking around is great, but like,
Yeah. That you want more like
I, I,
purpose
I
for
need I
them and
need
the
you to do so. I need you to contribute,
I would
please.
love to see them interact with more things around our valley too. Like if we place down a picnic area, I would love to see like two of them sitting down on a picnic blanket or,
Mm-hmm.
like interacting in that way. But I totally agree. Being able to buy, or it would be cool, being able to send Kristoff or Maui off to do the mining. Like,
Oh
let
yeah.
me, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's in exchange for, star coins or whatever, but like, let me pay them to spend the day while I'm playing in the game, rounding up
Give them
resources.
jobs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
give them jobs. And so I'm walking around the valley and I can see them over there mining. I'd have Mother Gothel working to the bone.
Right.
Okay. She would be,
Yeah.
but like, yeah, let's give them jobs to actually run around and do stuff. But yeah, I think that's a really cool, a really cool way to think about it.
Like Wally should be able to tend his own garden.
Yeah. You should be out there like watering and
Yeah.
picking. Yeah. Hmm.
Pick the stuff. Give me the
Yeah.
stuff. You know?
I'm looking at the picture and I'm just like, I'm so excited about that because I've been waiting. New biomes is like the one thing that I've anticipated so much because like I've been just like eager to explore a new world essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really excited about that and what it's going to look like.
Yeah.
And technically it would be coming soon, right? Wait, do we
It
have
has to be like the next thing.
so we don't have the summer update yet. That's going to be the second part of the remembering update, right? Based on that roadmap,
Yeah.
because the star path spanned.
Yeah, let me see if I have it still. That
So
was
I'm
the late
wondering.
summer roadmap. Okay, summer
Hmm.
update. A new villager arrives in the valley.
Yeah.
I can't even read what the other thing says. Oh, the in-game prizes, whatever that means.
Yeah, there's those mini games I think that are
Oh, so
coming
I
or
guess
something
this
like
is
that.
coming late 2023 is when we'll see the new
Yes.
biomes because that's when
Hmm.
like the Aladdin, like the hourglass is.
Yep. Yep. So then
Um,
September, that's when Bell comes. Yeah. So it's going to be end of the year. This is probably when they're going to, it's going to be released for free to play, probably.
yeah, that'll
Hmm.
be interesting.
Do you
Um,
think, I hate to bring it up, but are you thinking what I'm thinking? Do you think,
surely it's not going to be paid. Surely it's not
surely,
going to be
surely
paid.
they won't put that behind a
Surely,
paywall.
and don't call me Shirley. They are not gonna make that paid.
I I will be devastated.
Oh man.
I will be sick to my stomach. It's only going to cost you 40,000 moonstones if you'd like to get to this new biome. Jafar waits.
Wow. Oh, Caroline, thank you so much for the super chats. Not sure if this was mentioned. I just got here. Thoughts on them not bringing Cinderella with the fairy godmother.
I was kind of surprised that we didn't get Maleficent or Cinderella.
I
It was
know.
just Fairy Godmother.
Yeah. That it worries me honestly a little bit.
It does.
The withholding of certain people,
To be honest,
princesses.
I think that they were unprepared for this update. If I'm being, I think that they were behind scrambling. They had to break it up in two because, which they did an excellent job. Don't get me wrong, they did an
Mm-hmm.
excellent job. But I definitely think something was going on because normally we got what I like from beginning of time we got at least two new characters, Valley members.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So I don't know, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know. We've got Belle coming, but I was surprised Cinderella didn't come.
I mean, I guess like most of these characters don't really have their counterpart. Like we
True.
don't have Rapunzel yet. We don't have Eve. We don't have
They usually come at a later date if they do come.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think I'm not really I mean I'm not shocked, but I am shocked at the same time.
Yeah, I was surprised. Again, the green fire screamed Maleficent, so I was like, well, it's Fairy Godmother and then probably one other person. But I don't know. But can we talk? Can we just make? Because I just thought about this and I don't want to forget. Can we talk about the green fires?
Oh.
Now, update 5 was amazing, friends.
I'm so upset.
It was amazing, but
But
I cannot believe that they had the audacity for us to have to look at these green fires for months and months and months and stare at those chests locked away in the green fire for months and months and months. And the first one I
When
water,
it dinged with the little coin noise,
oh my, when I tell you I could have exited out the game.
I almost lost it. I got one clothing pouch.
I don't think I got
was
one.
I think it was like a plaid shirt that I already
I think
had.
I got, was it gray?
No, it was yellow.
I got a gray one. A gray plaid shirt. I got coins out of most of them. Coins.
Coins, yeah. All the other ones were coins.
I said, now this is a joke. Somebody, I need y'all to run that back. Release an update that puts the green fires back into the biome.
Put all my chests back.
I couldn't believe it. I said, are we glass too? I got glass as well. Yeah. No, I couldn't believe it. I was genuinely
You got
shocked.
glass
Mm-hmm.
out of the chests?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It just popped right on out.
Caroline says only glass and coins. Are they going to come back like the coral on the beach? Why only once?
I mean,
I don't think they're coming back.
okay, the only reason why I don't think they're coming back is because we healed the pillar. But that leads me to another issue. Why, when we healed the pillar, did the biome not change at all?
I don't know.
It's still foggy. I still hear people in the background like, like what? What's going on? I was like, I can't wait to decorate because when we heal the biome,
like it'll be purple, but it's gonna be pretty.
Yeah, it's gonna be a purple. It's gonna be a pretty purple. Like it's gonna be sunny in there. It's still nighttime all year round.
Right.
Like I don't know. I was like, I'm kind of surprised that maybe that with the June, or not June, but the summer update, maybe something will come where it like changes that. But yeah, it's still foggy. I was at least hoping it wouldn't be foggy.
Yeah.
And people screaming in the background, but
I mean, I don't know if I'm just not done, but like I still have the big thing in the middle of mine, so
I still have that too.
So I think it's just not done yet, and they're gonna work on it.
Yeah, I think so. You're probably right. There's something else is obviously coming. All I'm saying is that when Vanellope races to the village, I'm gonna need her to bring new chests to make up for those dusty yellow ones that popped out. The shock and the horror.
She needs to bring me some furniture pouches.
I need very exclusive items coming out of those chests.
I just need someone to tell me how y'all are getting furniture pouches. What are you doing? Like, I get that one green chest a day, maybe, sometimes. And coin.
Well,
coin.
I think it's a fair trade considering you walk into Scrooge's and get, the most valuable item in the game. So, I mean, I don't know. What do you say? You get some coins. The rest of us get furniture. You get the best item in the game. Fair trade.
Wow. Appreciate that.
Oh, and Natasha says, do you think we'll ever go past level 40? I hope so.
I think so. I think they'll increase it.
I think it was really cool to like level your character up. I'm hoping that like maybe we can go up to like 100 because I really like your own rewards you get for leveling your character up. I thought that was really cool.
Mm-hmm. Caroline, thank you so much. What do we think Vanellope's house is going to be?
Yes, thank you, Caroline. I don't know because I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I haven't watched Wreck-It Ralph, so
gosh, I think it'll be like a candy. It's gonna be out of candy. It's gonna match all that Wreck-It Ralph stuff.
Oh,
it'll be like almost like a gingerbread house, but not Christmas themed.
Yeah, that's what JoJo said. Gingerbread house.
Yeah.
So it's candy based. She's all candy based.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
well, that'll be a reason for us to
use
her
little race car is made out of candy that they make.
Oh,
in their little game.
Okay, that's cute. I need to watch it. I keep saying that, but I haven't watched it. I need to watch it. Look, they're like, you need to watch it. I'm sorry.
Watch it.
Watch it now.
Now, I think it could be cute if they do it the right way, but it could also be absolutely hideous.
Well, if it's going to be like Ariel's house, then spare me, please.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if it's an unpopular opinion, but please, I could do without I could do without it. Looks like Las Vegas. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just it's too much going on. There's too much happening there for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she might be moved to the outer 3
Yeah.
biomes.
Yeah.
In
Transport it.
the
Get on out of here.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Is that your
Well,
least favorite?
Ariel or
Mm-hmm. Of the
Housewives?
houses?
Um,
I hate Eric's too. It's just so
Eric's is
big
his
and
is huge. It's okay. I think Ariel is probably actually that's surprising. I think Ariel's is my least favorite.
yeah.
I don't really like the texture of it, and I just don't like the colors that were chosen. Like, I'd have been fine if it was like a variation of different like blues and greens or something like that, but it's like pink, purple, yellow, and blue. It's like it's really loud, really bright.
How do
So
you feel about Woody's?
Woody's I'm fine with only because we have a theme park now and it fits.
Yeah. But it
It
doesn't though, is my thing. Like when I tried to put the theme park stuff with it,
mhm,
it's like
sticks out
it's
kind of.
like run down. The other ones are like bright and
It's
happy, you
polished, yeah.
know?
I don't know why they chose. It's curious to me why they chose a carousel anyway. I don't know if it's because of Toy Story, like the last Toy
The
Story, and
last
it
one,
was
yeah.
yeah.
They
Okay.
they're
I
on
feel like
that
they could have
carousel.
chose anything else though.
Literally anything else.
Anything else.
What a weird decision.
Yeah.
And to separate those two into separate houses when they're
Yeah,
the
why did
smallest people.
put them together? They both could have been in the RV and it would have been just fine.
Yeah. You know, that is one premium shop item that I regret not getting. Was the Toy Story like bunk bed one.
Oh,
I didn't get that
yeah.
one. And
I didn't get that one either.
I do like that one.
It looked good though. I'm not gonna lie. It did look good,
Yeah.
but I didn't buy it either.
How many have
Mm.
you bought?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm curious to know. I know when we were in like when we were when I was streaming, a lot of people said they bought it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
What's your favorite premium shop item that you've gotten?
that's a good question. The cottage.
Yeah.
The
I-
cottage is hands down my fave.
Are you gonna, if they came out with the cottage and it was like green cottage,
I'll be pissed.
are you gonna get it?
No. Well, I lie because if they release a brown roofed cottage, I may have to bite the bullet there.
Imagine a
nothing wrong
cottage neighborhood. Blue cottage, green cottage, purple cottage, pink cottage, brown cottage. Cottage, cottage, cottage.
Well, then the entire valley goes cottage core themed. Yeah, to be honest, like that the house skins are a tough one for me to overlook, but like definitely anything cottage core. But yeah, if they release another cottage skin, especially if the colors are really good, then I'd probably buy that.
Yeah. That was a
I
really
do
good
love
one.
that. And I love that the one thing I love about the cottage too is the ability to go through the back door. Now, how
Oh, that's
often I
so
go through the
cute.
back door, I
Mhm.
don't go through it often, but I just love being able to have a backyard and being back there and then being able to run in through the back of the house. I think that
Mhm.
that's like such a cute aspect about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would definitely say that one was my favorite. And then I like these tool skins aren't my like I know that there's going to be other variations, so I won't say they're going to be my favorite, but I really love the idea of tool skins. Just because I think they're way overpriced, but just the thought of being able to change them based on the aesthetic of your character, I think is going to be really cool in the future.
Mhm. Yeah, I am curious. You know, they are saying they're gonna add a new royal tool.
Mhm.
Are they gonna add a tool skin for
They
that
better
tool?
not. If you have already purchased a tool skin and you get a new tool, it should automatically be
That's what
applied.
I'm saying. Like, are they gonna have one, or am I just gonna have like this one tool that doesn't match my set of tools?
I would hope not. That would be a huge oversight. I would be so upset.
Or are they gonna make me pay separately for the one tool skin?
No,
No.
they can't.
They
no.
wouldn't do that.
They wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do that.
They wouldn't do that. They're here right now, and like, look, you're not gonna do that.
Not them
Game
taking
Loft,
notes and
you're
saying,
not
think
doing
I will actually.
Yeah, I want like a mushroom tool set, or like a
Oh.
cottage core tool set, or like, oh,
I'll tell you right now. I'm gonna be very honest with y'all. If they came out with a cottage core mushroom-esque tool set, Take my money. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know, but I'm so sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I will have to, unfortunately.
Yep.
Oh, it'd be rough, but yeah. Mushrooms on it? Come on.
Oh,
It
it'd
would
be
be
so
so
cute.
cute.
Like
Yeah.
growing off of it, like
Oh,
a
or like vines, like
oh, vines
vines
wrapped around it.
wrapped around
Oh,
it.
stop.
It have to be done. I'd have to do the dirty deed, whether in
Mm-hmm.
privacy or on the live stream. The dirty deed would have to be done. It would just have
Kay's gonna be like like at home, turn all the lights off,
checking
privately
behind.
buying moonstones. She's gonna log in to stream, and y'all are gonna be like, "Wait a second, does that
Where'd you get
say
that?
14,000 moonstones?
Not me ignoring.
Where'd you get those? Interesting. Wow.
Oh my
Yesterday you
gosh.
said nothing. It's gonna be like bot.
I'm gonna say what my game is glitched out. Wow, I got so lucky. She's never gonna show y'all her premium shop screen again.
Yeah.
Suspicious. I know. No, I think it's exciting. I think I'm really curious to know what that new tool is going to be, but I almost feel like because it's Jafar coming to the game, it's going to be something related to the sand.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't know what it could be.
I still think it's gonna be the hourglass thing.
You think so? And it's going to be able to change time.
Like that looks like a tool.
It would be Dreamlight Valley like on brand if it was that tool.
Mm-hmm.
What if it actually you twist it, like you turn it over and it like actually takes you back in time? Like your game starts to rewind. The last like 30 seconds rewinds or something.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That would be interesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
A metal detector? But what would we be finding? Stuff in the sand, maybe?
Trinkets, jewelry, yeah, like gold and stuff. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. A magic carpet, absolutely. I'm hoping and praying we get.
That would be really cute.
I hope
the gliding.
Yes. Should we talk about quality of life updates now?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So quality of life updates. I'm hoping that like with the gliding, I would love to see mounts of some sort. Like how cool would Disney Dreamlight Valley be if not only mounts, but just like adding an additional functionality to like, let's say wings. Like if they're going to be on our back, just to slightly hover off the ground when you have wings equipped and you just kind of float around, I think would be so cool. And I've said this before, but I would love the ability to jump. I don't know why. I just want to jump. I just want to be able to jump.
It's so funny that you say that because my son was playing Animal Crossing the other day and he was talking about like, this game is so cool, but we can't jump and that's weird. It's just like, yeah, you're right.
We all kind of want to jump.
Well,
we just want to jump.
You have a vaulting pole, like you can vault over stuff. And he was like, but I want to jump.
I want to jump. What is our obsession with jumping? I don't know. It's
just kind of like that. It's like a habitual thing. Like you just want to sit there and space bar to jump.
Spam to jump. You almost feel like it gets you around faster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just like hopping along. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm hoping too that we get, I know you'll agree. We need a mass cooking option and we need a search bar bad.
Yeah.
I need to be able to go into the furniture menu, type in table and it filter out everything but tables, or type in the first letters to an item that I'm looking for. We need some type of search bar that can find, because the list is getting so long.
I know. And I'm like, scroll.
Yeah, you're scrolling forever. It's like, it'll be something I just purchased and it's just in the mix somewhere. And I'm just like,
can we sort it the other way? Like most recent on top? Even that would help me.
Even that would be better. Most recently picked up, most recently bought from the store is up top. Mm-hmm. And that would be like gold for me. Like I'd be like, okay, we're winning now. That would be amazing because I spend way too much time. Like I literally spent like 5 minutes on stream the other day trying to find an item I just bought. Like the mannequin was just nowhere to be found. I was like, where is it?
Yeah. And you never know like what category it's actually going to be in. It's like, is this here? Is that here? I don't know. Mm-hmm. I always have trouble finding the rock rug.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like, I don't know.
some of the
So,
items aren't filtered
mm-mm.
exactly where they're supposed to be either. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's definitely a struggle. Mass
Yeah.
cooking, do you think that that would be beneficial? Like being able
Yeah.
to like set a number to cook?
Yes. Let me cook 30 mixed berry salads
Oh,
for
please.
my energy. The fact that
Please.
I can't do that is. I also wish we could set, and I don't know if this would be possible. I want to be able to set like which thing I want it to pull from first
Mhm.
when I'm cooking. Like, if I have to close out one more festive fish trying to go into my little cooking pot,
Oh,
like
yeah.
why it's
Mhm.
pulling that one in there first. I don't know why. I don't know
Mhm.
why I'm keeping these festive fish. Like, what am I gonna do with them?
What are the point of those fish?
But I wish it would like let you choose either, okay, I want it to do these items
Yeah.
first, or like
Mhm.
the if I have the most of a certain thing, like this.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's pulling it right now, but it doesn't seem
It's just
like
randomly.
it's the most because you're choosing my festive fish and I have
And there's only one of those.
700 of these other fish. Why would you choose my one festive fish?
I know. I know. It's like it's
I watched Steph cook two of hers. She cooked one.
on stream. Oh,
I felt so
no.
bad. I feel so bad laughing right now, but
You can't even,
it
like,
was
type
so,
it in fast enough to stop her either.
it was so funny because she did it once and then she was like, "Oh," she did it again.
That's like Steph. Steph said, "No."
She just said she cooked all of
You have no festive fish left, Steph?
them.
To be
Oh,
honest, though, don't feel bad because they serve no purpose.
it
It's
was
fine.
it was so funny, but also devastating at the same time because I know it's like, uh,
I did something worse than Steph. On
what?
stream, I sold, like, 20 or 30 iron.
What?
Yeah, by accident. I had no idea I did it. Somebody commented, like, a week later, they were like, "Hey, just so you know, like, you
Sold to
accidentally sold, like."
Goofy?
Yep, yep, sold straight to Goofy. Yep. And this was, like, before Christoph stall. Like, I had no way of getting that back except grinding for it. I was sick, sick.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you make a lot of money?
No, no, I don't think it's worth that much.
Yeah, I'd be pretty mad
Uh,
about that. You
yeah, it was
also
a
bought
struggle.
like 700 floors in your house.
Yeah, you
Just
know, that is the bane of my existence. Honestly, I will be the joke of Dreamlight Valley for eternity. I cannot believe I spent literally I had 7,000 coins left. That was it. After I was done purchasing, just talking away, hitting the button,
yeah.
reading chat, laughing, and $300,000 down the drain to
God.
buy an attic, the smallest little room, because I had the bright idea of like making an attic at the top of my house. So I literally have to travel to the very top of my house to get there too.
How
And it
many
serves,
floors are there?
I don't know, but I bought like, I have over 20.
How are you just like clicking through like that? Because you have to select the room
I,
size and everything.
you know, those times when you're like, you've been working all day and you're driving home and you get to the house and you say, how the heck did I get here? I didn't even think about what I was doing. Like your brain is just on autopilot. And I think that's exactly where I was at. I was just like talking, looking back, buying, talking, looking back. And I was paying no mind to the price. I didn't realize the price went up
It's
by
almost like you
every
don't even
floor.
realize that it's going through, it's registering. You're like, why is this not working?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. And then next thing I know, I'm on floor 30 at $300,000. So it was great. You know, highly don't recommend.
You got to decorate them all.
At this point.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to. Honestly, I don't know why we're even able to buy that many floors, but I'm sure there's a purpose.
There has to be.
Yeah.
There has to be
Yeah.
some other purpose.
Mhm.
Yeah, I wish I could. I'm still frustrated about the house thing because, you know, I have my house decorated a certain way, but I want it to be a different house.
Yeah.
And that's why when I initially saw the different interiors, I was like,
Upset a little bit. Yeah.
oh. But now I'm happy about it.
Yeah.
Okay, other quality of life. We talked about both mine earlier.
I think you had one
Upgrading.
middle of stream.
Oh, did
And
I?
you were like, yeah, you were like, we'll talk about that at the quality of life part. It's long gone now.
As if I remember that. Upgrading the storage chest, I think, is a big one that they're going to have to figure out.
Mm-hmm.
They have got to figure out the RNG with both Scrooge and Pouch's obtaining furniture,
Yes.
and they have to. They are so out of touch with. Okay, this is gonna go into a whole thing. They're out of touch with multiple things in the game,
Mm-hmm.
including the grind for materials
Mm-hmm.
and like how much they're requiring to craft certain things
Mm-hmm.
is
Insane.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Um and also like but then at the same time what they deem as like a good reward for things,
Yeah. What is that?
what is going on with the rewards that we're getting for things? And I know it's like free stuff and I shouldn't complain, but
Mm.
like you've got to figure out what's
Yeah.
going on. You
Yeah.
gave me a teapot that I can buy in the shop. You gave me 5 flowers,
Thanks.
common flowers that I could go pick.
Yeah.
It's just
Can we talk about the aliens?
oh,
We have to search. It takes
mm-mm,
3 days to complete one quest to find these
mm-mm.
freaking aliens that are hiding in plain sight. And Buzz has the audacity to come over and give you one black lily.
Can we talk about this little bit of a spoiler, but I feel like we're already in the spoiler section. If you played or watched the Wally Quest, when he gives us the little package and it's like
And
iron,
anytime I see the
but I'm
little
like,
package now, I'm like, this is about to be
I was
nothing,
like, oh,
nothing that I
a
need.
4,000 moonstone package. Okay, this is gonna be good.
They'll literally give you
No,
4 iron. Here's 4 iron. Congratulations. We have been working on this for hours.
right.
Like, if you don't double down and give me 50 of everything, I don't know what you're.
I don't understand why. Like these are pixels, and you could pick any number that you wanted to. Give
It
me
costs
99.
no, literally. Give me a storage chest filled with nothing but sticks, stone, clay, sand, fiber, all of the stuff I would have to grind for. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, totally. I'm glad you brought that up because it's totally out of touch. I'm like, I was so disappointed. I thought I was gonna get the best reward picking up 20 aliens over a span of 3 different times.
Hmm.
And when I said, Buzz, I don't even want to talk to you
Yeah.
anymore.
Like, are they playing the game?
Yeah, do you not know?
Do
You can
you?
you could spend a 3-hour stream grinding the entire time and you still wouldn't have enough resources to pave an entire biome.
No. Oh, not even close.
Not even close.
Especially if it requires wood.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
No.
forget about it. Forget about it.
Because you
Yeah.
have to wait so long for it to go spawn and then. Mm-mm.
I've got a thought, a curious question. Do you think they would never do this, but like, and they'd have to change a lot about the game. But do you think if they added in new tools, such as like an axe or something like that, would you like being able to chop down the trees
For materials?
for more materials, and then the tree just kind of like regenerates, and then you can chop down the tree again, and maybe you can get more resources that way?
Yeah.
Do
Because
you-
you're not. I would like that if it didn't. I don't want the wood to drop.
Mhm.
Yeah. Make me work for it
Yeah.
and don't have it all over my valley. I would much prefer that.
Yeah, you know what? I really like that idea too, because the one thing I know a lot of people complain about is like they can never keep their valleys clean. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't have stuff literally
Uh-uh.
everywhere, then like you'll always have sticks on the ground. You'll always have random spices and stuff growing out of the ground. So it's like it would be nice to have the option to, like, for one, just sticks. If we just taking sticks, like, let us just chop down the tree and get the resource instead of, having sticks all over the ground.
Right. Or even like
Yeah.
an Animal Crossing where it's not even a full axe. Like you've got the
Mhm.
stone axe where you're just hitting it and you can get 3 wood out of it every time you hit it,
Oh yeah, I would like that. I really
instead of
like that.
chopping it down.
I think that would be really cool,
Um,
actually,
Yeah.
and another tool to use.
I also wish they would. I mean, there's an idea for the new tool they're
And
adding, an axe. I also really want them to add, this isn't really quality of life. This is more
Mhm.
like just what I want. I want more bushes and foliage to decorate with,
Yeah.
especially things that will let me overlap, like the butterfly flowers and the beach grass and stuff like that. Like I need things
Yes.
like that that I
Yes.
can decorate with.
I need to be able to mesh them together. I need to
Hmm.
place a bush and some grass all on the same square to make a custom looking little thing. Okay, I need BB dot move objects on
I know.
ASAP.
Yeah.
ASAP. And if they don't come out and let us catty corner stuff,
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to lose it.
Especially when they're showing it. When they showed that bike at a catty corner,
Wally's little blue table in his
catty
garden,
corner.
it's literally sitting
Mhm.
there catty
Mhm.
cornered.
Mhm.
And I'm like, I don't understand. Like this, everybody knows this is a decorating game. No matter where it was at the beginning, where we're at now is that this is a decorating game. It's a major aspect. It's very involved. It's a very good, it's very good. It's a very good feature of the game. Why are we not able just to twist it?
Mhm.
I just need to set things on an angle. That's all I'm asking. I just need to set things on an angle. I know everybody is feeling that
Honestly,
way.
the way that the decorating is in this game, you should be able to click and turn and
Yeah,
rotate at any angle. It shouldn't
that's
be
what I'm
like a
saying.
bam, bam, bam. It should be a
Just
bam,
a roll around.
rotate it however I want it to be. Honestly,
Absolutely.
there's
Absolutely.
there's no reason it shouldn't be like that.
And I know this is maybe asking for too much, but I would love for us to be able to remove tiles on top of the tables. Like, let's just clutter the table up if
Uh-huh.
we want.
Mhm.
Why do we even need the tiles? Like, let me just set stuff wherever
And
I
when I
want.
can't put it in the middle, like I was trying to decorate a table and I wanted to put something in the middle and I was like,
Don't even get me started. The way it sets my anxiety off, and the way that they have a problem with centering everything in the game. I'm sorry, it sounds like we're complaining, but like, why is centering in this game such an issue?
I don't know.
It's almost impossible to get anything in the middle of a room.
Yeah.
Where does the middle of the room actually even
I don't know.
exist in this game?
I don't know.
The grid alignment is
And
atrocious.
even like trying to line up paths with doorways and stuff, it all just
Oh,
seems like a little bit off
off.
kilter. I don't know.
Mhm.
Hmm.
It's too much. It's too much. It's enough to drive me a little insane. I'm not gonna lie. That would significantly improve some things for me in the game, I think.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there was like some, oh yeah, the chandelier placement. And God forbid there are those items that you can't place on the floor with anything on the
With stuff
ceiling.
on the top.
What oh, again, when you were writing the code, did we just miss the fact that it said it wasn't going to be able to be placed underneath something? Like where it's not even close to touching. Like this isn't even a low-hanging chandelier. It's just
Right.
not able to
But
overlap.
like, and
Uh,
some things can overlap. It's just so strange how it's like some things and some things not. The one that kills me the most, and it has to be like a glitch or something, the beach
mhm.
grass. It's like one specific piece of
Beach.
beach grass
Yep.
that can overlap
With other stuff.
that
I
I
know exactly
assume
which
is
one
a
you're talking about.
glitch that they're
Mhm.
not supposed to do that. And if
Mm-mm.
they ever fix it, I will absolutely go into a panic mode because
It's a staple.
it's my favorite thing. Yeah, like, and I wish they would just change all of the grasses to do that.
Mhm.
And then if they would just give me the butterfly flower in like 7
Every
different
color,
colors, that would be great.
we'd be great. We'd all be all set.
Because I don't love decorating with the existing flowers that you, or even like other things like the butterfly flower that are just placeable flowers that you don't pluck.
Yeah, I think the problem with decorating with existing flowers too is the fact that when you use those flowers, especially if you use the flowers that are in the biome to decorate something, the flowers won't
They
spawn.
don't spawn anymore.
So, and we always are going to need to pick the flowers at some point, even if you have, I mean, unless you've just got storage chests and chests about, picking
Hmm.
picked flowers. But like, I run into that issue a lot where I want to decorate with a flower in that biome just because it's specific to the biome, and I can't because they won't spawn anymore. So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah. I wonder if they could ever implement. Star says we need multiple heights and colors for the flowers. I wonder if they could ever do. I wish. I know it's not The Sims, but
Mhm.
okay, not even for the flowers. But let's talk about the rug because this is where I notice it the most.
Mhm.
Why can I not size it down? Like, it's so big. Why can I not, like, same rug, just shrink it and then shrink
Yeah,
it? Give me, like, shrink,
options.
shrink,
Yeah.
shrink.
We have a slider for so many things in the game, different colors, different everything. Why can we not just drag it down a little bit? Like that would be perfect.
Yeah. I don't know. I wish
I
they
don't
would
know
do that
either.
with everything, like the bushes and this and that. Like, why can't I just, like, deet, deet, deet,
Yeah.
doot, doot, da, 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 you know?
Yeah.
Beep,
Yeah,
bop,
I
bop,
think
bop.
it especially because of how far we've come in this game. I'm sure that it'll come in the future maybe, but it'd just be really nice. Like if I just got the ability to overlap things, I would be a happy camper.
Oh,
But
gosh.
I'm hoping with like and maybe with new biomes coming, we will see them add more nature and more like bushes and trees and everything in. That's what I
Right.
hope anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yeah,
guess we'll
okay. What biomes, not what do you think is going to come?
hmm
What do you want to come?
oh, oh.
Winnie the
Yeah, I think a Winnie the Pooh biome would absolutely be adorable. I've said it 1,000 times and I'll say it again. I want an underwater biome really bad. Really bad. I just think that would be so cool. And I would really love something kind of like trippy for lack of a better word, like, like something like the Glade on 10, like giant mushroom trees and
Okay, okay.
like Alice in Wonderland
Yeah,
type of
yeah,
things. Yeah, like I feel like that would
yeah.
be so,
Ooh.
so cool. Like everything's glowing and
And
you've
neon
got
and bright. Oh
neon.
gosh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's like it'd be one of those places you visit and it's just like, especially at night, like it's just like gorgeous. So I think that that would be really cool.
I just
And
wonder, as far as biomes go, like I feel like an underwater realm
yeah, it
is
would be different.
doable.
Yeah.
I don't know about a biome though. Like,
I,
how do
I
you
think
enter and exit
the biome.
the
I
biome?
think the problem would be they'd either have to create some form of swimming or it'd be an underwater biome where you're like in the metal helmet and like a suit and you're weighted to the ground. So you can kind of
Yeah.
run through the underwater biome like you would the rest of the world, but you're just like at the bottom of the sea,
Mm-hmm.
is how I like imagine it. But yeah, it'd be hard to do. It'd be hard to do, but I would love to be able to see, I mean, something like that.
Under the sea. Under
Under
the
the
sea.
sea.
I think they would definitely have that with like a Finding Nemo
Yeah. See, the
realm or
thing is
something.
though, if they bring the Finding Nemo realm, where do they I guess they just swim around in the sea like Ursula and
I guess
yeah.
so, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
They just like pop out.
Yeah.
Or they can go in
Yeah.
your aquarium if you want.
There you go. Honestly.
Does
Oh, if
anyone have
they
any questions, by the way,
yeah.
before we wrap it up here in just a little bit? I'll go ahead and post
Mhm.
those in the chat. We'll see if we see anything that jumps out.
Yes, please. Please let us know if you guys have any questions about anything that we've talked about tonight.
Yeah. I'm excited about the future of the game. I know we started this off with the negativity,
Yeah.
but I feel
It
like
was
we've
rough.
spun it around. Look,
Yeah.
is,
I
is
think
everyone feeling more positive?
yeah, is anybody happier? Maybe just a little bit.
Right.
Like I know when Kato and I talked, we were hoping that we could, bring some more light back into, the game right now. I know that there's a lot of very difficult conversations, difficult and necessary conversations happening right now, but we wanted to try to bring some light back in because one thing we know about this community is how upbeat and fun and positive and happy and we all share a common love for this game. So we're just hoping we can maybe at some point get back to that place.
Agree. Yep. Rachel says, oh, I just lost it. What about the teaser's elemental and the aquarium caption with bubbles? I don't know if I've seen that.
Wait, what is it? Elemental caption with bubbles.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen it.
I don't think I've seen it
I
either.
can't comment on it. And Sean says, when do we get the Emperor's New Groove in
Oh
the
my
game?
god. Now
I would love Cusco in my game.
Cusco would be amazing.
And I want Cusco to switch back and forth between Llama Cusco and normal
Oh,
Cusco.
absolutely. But if we're being honest,
That
it
would
would
be
be
so cool.
llama
That would
most
be
of the
llama,
time.
yeah. Oh my gosh, that would be so cute.
That would be awesome. I'm hoping that we'll get more like I know Tiana at some point is coming to the game. I would just love if we have the forms of like the frog and her regular
Mhm.
form would be
Yeah.
so cool.
Yep. Do you think she'll have like a restaurant?
She better
They
give
just
us a
need to do
restaurant.
more stuff like that. We've got the
Yeah.
room to have more shops and things and
And just like you said, it would be cool to be able to go back in and like when you visit her shop, like Remy, for example, if you're playing during the day, they're in there working. They're
right.
standing behind the counter acting like they're cooking or something, like doing something, it'd be really I think it'd be really cool. But I would hope that she comes with a restaurant because it would just add to the game in so many ways.
Agree.
Mhm. Mhm.
Monica said, enjoyed the discussions tonight. Thank you for the lively talk. And Steph, thank you for the super chat. Amazing podcast. Things feel lighter. I love it.
Oh, thank you,
Thank you so
Steph.
much.
I'm glad that you guys enjoyed the conversations. I know that it wasn't the most uplifting and positive of conversations in the beginning, but I definitely feel like it's necessary for us all to talk about together.
Agree.
I just need the 7 dwarves. Oh my god, how cute.
Okay, so it looks like Dreamlight Valley posted today, and it's basically a zooming in of the aquarium that we got in the Star Path.
Yep.
And it just says bubbles. And
Yeah.
like the bubbles, like bubbles, bubbles, like the Finding Nemo
Yeah.
reference.
Mhm.
I mean, I think we already knew that this was from Finding Nemo, so I don't even know if there's anything more to it. It's just like
I don't know either. I think maybe they're just trying to show I
I think
wasn't
they're just
feeding
showing
too
it off.
I think they were just showing it off. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. Yep. It seems like they post once a day. So
Yeah.
I think it was just yeah. I mean, they make that. Have you seen that place down that item? By the way, it's huge.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. I like
It
it.
is
I
very
like it
big.
better
Yeah,
than the other aquarium.
yeah. If they just do a quality of life update and add some fish to it,
I know. Why
that
would
would
you
be
not have
amazing.
fish in there?
I know, just a couple, just a little. Look, they don't even have to be great. Just like some little something swimming around.
Yeah. Tiana says, would Mulan ever make an appearance? And I think, yeah, for sure.
I think Mulan will
And
make it
if
appear.
Mushu doesn't come with her, it's
It'll
a
be
crime.
problematic.
Yeah.
But I do want to just point out to you guys, I mentioned on stream a couple of streams back that Rapunzel, when she comes to the game, I want Rapunzel's hair. And I don't know if you guys saw the original. I think I was watching Jade's,
Her
one of
hair is down
Jade's.
to the ground.
Her hair is in a
Mm-hmm.
big long braid and it's like to her feet.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there is no way we don't get that hair.
I don't think we're getting the hair.
Don't
Because we
say
already
that.
have like the Rapunzel hair.
Please. That little side
Why would we
braid,
have that side braid and then
that
they would have a different one?
it stops right here. I needed to.
Just saying.
It's like it's not even on brand. Let's just scratch it, remove the Rapunzel from the front of that name of that hair, and let's just go back and really use the other one because that hair is so pretty.
Oh yeah, Little Banana says that hair is Elsa with tangled themed flowers.
Yeah,
And it
that's
is.
it's exactly what it is. Could you imagine the long braid with flowers in it though?
That'd be so
That would
good.
be a beautiful, beautiful sight to see.
Yeah. Yep. Kim says, you both are awesome. Another great episode. Thank you for
Oh,
the super
thank
chat. Thank
you,
y'all all so
Kim.
much for the super chats
Yeah,
tonight
you guys have been
and
amazing.
being here. I think we've been going for almost 3 hours now.
Yeah, we definitely been going 3 hours.
So I do think we need to probably start to wrap it up.
Yep.
We had so much to talk about tonight, though, and I feel like it's
Yeah.
gonna be like that. I do think we're gonna try to continue like bi-weekly
Yeah.
if we can, if it fits
Yeah.
into our schedules.
And also if there's stuff to talk about. Like we
Yeah.
don't want to just throw in an episode if there's not really a lot, but we have a lot of exciting things coming up, I think, for the podcast, a lot of exciting ideas.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Maybe some guest appearances.
Maybe some guests.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll let you know when we have the next one planned.
Mm-hmm.
But thank y'all so much for watching. I know y'all are here on my channel right now if you're watching it live. So make sure you've checked out Kay. Kay, do you want to tell them your channel name before we
Yes,
go?
please, guys. Make sure you come out and check out my channel. It's Let's Play K on YouTube. We do 3 streams a week on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, playing cozy games, a lot of Disney Dreamlight Valley, but some other cozy games in the mix. So I'd love to see you guys over there as well. Join us,
Yes.
join us.
Yes, yes. All right, I think that is going to be it for episode 2 of Valley Talk, and we'll see you
Two.
next time.
Thank you guys so much.
Bye.
Bye.